Hello, and we are live. How's everybody doing? Welcome to my Thursday evening stream. I have a special guest appearance with the lovely, handsome Lay Jeno. If there's any topics you want to come and discuss with us, you're welcome on the panel. It's an open panel. Let me share my stream out to everyone. So, there's some people on here. The link in the chat first. There's the link. Let me share this out. Discord. Okay, doke, General. Who does he want me to stream snipe? Who's he on about? Who does he want me to stream snipe? Right, I'm back onto my live now. I've shared everything out. It's all right, General. There's no rush. Honestly, there's no rush. No rush at all. I've been requested to stream snipe. Nikki, you should stream snipe if anything. And I haven't said who. That's no good, is it? I hope everybody's well. Ben is going nuts against black people. I'm not getting involved in that. It's none of your business, Wisteria. If you're a hater, just go away. I've only just started my stream. Replying to people. Right, I'm good now. I've only just started my stream. like 5 minutes ago. I'm a dirty little lot lizard. Hmm. Are you Cupid? I've seen you about. Who am I fucking Discord am I talking to? Thorpe Safe House. It's a new channel. To show your support, Wisteria. And actually, I saw today, if people did choose to donate, there's a new shop opened in my village that fixes phones, etc. And they had headphones in the window. And I went in to ask about them, asked if they're good for streaming, whatever. And he said, yeah, perfect. They got, the mic in with it, everything. And they were £25 and they were pink. Pink is my favourite colour. So if you want better sound and you want my voice to sound better, hit the PayPal link, guys. Get me those headphones, and I will even stream. I'll stream a couple of nights a week if I get support that way. And all the haters can just fuck off. Hiya, Mary. Hiya, fart box. Kicker. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I've been asked to stream snipe a chaotic truth stream. Apparently, Ben is being really racist on there. But I got a guest coming on now, so we'll see. I think I need my fan on. How are you, Mary? I've been rushing around. I'm all hot and bothered. I'm okay. I'm okay, Mary. I'm okay. I'm not the only channel with Wisteria. Wisteria, are you Claire Haig? Is that you, Claire? I can check. Oh, so Wisteria Willow, you are also Cupid Stunt. So why are you coming in on two accounts? Didn't change. You only changed your name, honey. What is it? You want to play good cop, bad cop kind of thing with two accounts, is it? And I can click. You made the channel on the 8th of June. I can check. It's up to you. You can have as many as long as you're respectful. Why do you love my voice, fart box kicker? It's fucking horrendous. If you want to be happy, there's no one but Answer my messages a minute, guys. Oh,
Hello. Sorry I'm
was you
late.
was you waiting a long time then? Because I
No,
was
I
just,
absolutely wasn't. I've been running around looking for a
oh,
wire. Hang on a sec.
I was distracted,
Let
and then I could
me
see that
mute
you were
myself.
trying to come on. I was like, oh no, please don't tell me he's been backstage for ages.
No, but I just got back. As you can see, I'm a sweaty Betty too. Been running around looking for the wire for my microphone. I haven't streamed in a while, so I didn't know where the
Oh,
hell it was.
never.
I'm gonna turn my camera off. Hello, everybody. I think Fartbot Kicker's one of my
Well,
followers.
I
I'm
got a
sure
bit of a
I'm sure he's being nice
confusion.
though. He does have a
Yeah, he
thing for
is.
accents.
He loves my
Um,
voice. But there's an
apparently,
account that came in called Wisteria Willow. And when I
don't know who they are.
checked on the account, she is also Cupid Stunt. So she's come in on two accounts. I don't understand why that is.
I have seen that Cupid stunt account
I have as
around
well.
before. Um,
Yeah, I have.
there's a few people with similar names to that. Uh, how you doing anyway? Sorry I'm late.
No problem. I told you not to rush.
I know, but I hate being late, and that's a personal thing.
I'm always late. So what you been up
Yeah.
to? Anything exciting?
Yeah, I mean, exciting for me. I don't know how exciting it will be for your audience. Been working on a lot of music lately.
I listened to your music earlier. I really like it.
I posted a couple in your Discord as sneak previews so people can listen to. But I've been making videos to go with the songs, editing the songs.
So you make the songs,
Keeps me off
you?
the streets. Yeah.
And then
Um,
is it an AI is like
it's
sings them?
both. I've been using AI to help me, but so what you can do is you can sing the song yourself badly,
Yeah.
then fix up your recording if you know how to make it sound a little bit better, then get
Oh,
the AI to replace your voice.
oh
Um,
wow.
so I've been, yeah, there's little bits of AI in there, but it's mostly
I
my own work.
I used to post a lot of my. I used to do on an app called Star Maker, and I used it a lot. Just singing because I love singing. I used to be
Yeah,
quite good, but not so much now. Not like I used to be. But I don't give a shit. I still posted them on my channel and put them up for people to hear. You know, I said as long as you put your headphones on, I don't sound as bad.
I think you're legally required, aren't you, being Welsh, that you have to like singing?
Oh, you have to sing, yeah. Of course you
I think
do.
it's you're not allowed to live in Wales unless you like singing.
Nope.
No,
When I was a child, I had to go to like a chapel. We used to go to chapel.
I was joking, but I'm glad that's true.
It's true. It is true. We had to go to chapel, so we had to sing there. Then I was in a choir.
I do like
Um,
a good Welsh choir. I have to be honest with you. I'm a bit old-fashioned and sentimental when it comes to things like that. I do like
or
to
I,
hear a good
you know, I
choir of
can send
voices.
you the link later, right? To Treorchy Male Voice Choir. They are world famous. When you
Oh, I think
listen
I
to
may
them
have heard them
singing
already.
certain songs, it'll make you cry. That's how good they
It's
are.
very
I'll send it
moving.
to you
I,
later.
I, I I'm a bit of a sucker for like emotional music. Like
Yeah.
I do like stuff like that.
I've always
Not
said
so
music
much.
is food for the soul. If it touches, sometimes it really touches your soul. Music.
Yeah, I don't like fake emotions, but a real good song that speaks
Yeah,
from the heart and you can
yeah,
feel the passion of the singer. It
yeah.
gets you every time, doesn't it?
You guys do, yeah, yep. I like all kind of genres of music.
Well, the reason I
I
asked you that earlier, I've been trying to use AI to do some parody songs and some comedy songs, as well as my normal, like what I consider to be my music. And I
yeah.
was thinking I'd make you a theme tune. So I was asking what kind of genres of music you
Oh
like.
yeah,
So
you could, and I could play it as an intro then every week.
just something like a little minute long intro thing for the start of the show.
Yeah. We keep
Hello
a
to everyone.
welcome in the hillside.
I love it. But yeah, I've
We
gone a
well,
bit. What's the word? Like I don't know. People think I've gone soft or something like that. There's been a lot of dramas that everyone's been trying to get me involved in, and the old me would have taken the bait, and
yeah,
and certain people who have done a lot to like try and slander me, lie about me, yada yada yada, are now having problems of their own, and people are expecting me to jump on the bandwagon. And to be honest with you,
Uh,
Nikki, I'm
yeah.
not interested in any of it. I've
No.
gone a bit. I've turned back to what I love, which is music and chilling
Just,
and comedy and
yeah, just be you, General. Just be you. Just, that's what I'm trying to do. And I do appreciate that some people have like contacted me and said that they can see that I'm trying to change things, but there's certain individuals that won't allow me to.
well, the haters are always gonna try to deny you that option, right?
Yeah,
And it's up to you to stick to your guns and
yeah.
either be like. Say, I keep trying to say I'm trying to be the new me, but the truth is I'm trying to be the old me. I'm trying
It's
to get
you.
back to
Yeah,
who I was before I got to this horrible little YouTube world.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but
You were like me. You was like stuck in the middle of all the drama, like
I was
you
always
know.
trying to be a funny, goofy, friendly kind of troll. And people get their feelings hurt and get dragged in. And a few crazy ex girlfriends, I'm not going to talk about them. We covered that last week. But again, I played the example of what kind of crazy people have been following me around the internet. And suddenly you're known for being this nasty, arguing kind of guy. And people mistake the fact that I'm good at arguing with the fact that I
You good at
somehow enjoy
debating
it.
and
I,
arguing,
I
and yeah,
don't, yeah, I don't enjoy it. I don't, it's not
you
fun for
don't
me.
back down, like
Well, I'm good at arguing my point and
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
even, I don't like to say it, but embarrassing people with
They don't like
facts,
it, do
not
they?
with lies, not with silly stories, just telling the
Yeah, of
truth, and it always hurts their feelings.
course it
And
does.
yeah,
They hate
I,
it.
I I can accept that they're not over it, but they won't accept that I am. So it leaves me in a weird spot, like a bit like yourself. Like you say, you're trying to
Yeah,
change. People telling you, "Oh, I see you trying to make good changes," and
yeah,
then the haters want to bring you straight back to square one, like it's a game of snakes and ladders, right?
yeah. Yep, that's exactly what they're doing. And I know that they're never gonna stop. But the thing is, I'm capable of doing it.
But they
You know,
will eventually, but never for the right reasons, and never when they should. They will
I,
eventually. When they
I,
find someone else, they can argue more who's giving them the response back that you're not. When they eventually figure out that you're not playing the same game they are, but
yeah.
it takes them way too long to figure that out. They'll
I
try
just
and
don't
try to
get the
drag you back.
psychology behind it. Neither. I just can't work it out how they can get so fanatical and obsessed and just
Again, I could tell the truth, but then it gets me in trouble. It's because they have no life.
yeah,
Listen, when you've got nothing going on in your life, no good emotions, no bad emotions, no people to talk to, no, do you know what I mean? You've watched
yeah,
all the shows that you watch, you've listened to all the music. These people are empty. They're trying to fill a hole in their space, so they'll take any emotion over no emotion. They'll take an argument with someone as
mm,
something positive to them because their life is genuinely that empty. That's the only conclusion I could reach. I've
yeah,
studied it for like 5 years now, and they genuinely have nothing else. And in a way, I would feel sorry for them, but no, because that's what you choose to fill your time with.
yeah, yeah. And you've got a lot in common with me, and you've got a lot in common with my friend as well.
Yeah, and I'm not going to name names, but I would like to give a personal shout out to your friend who's going through that kind of trouble too. Um, yeah,
Yeah, it'll be good when I can get you two together because I just know that you're gonna hit it off. Like you're
well,
gonna
we've
be
chatted in passing here and there, and I think he's. Well, I
yeah,
won't say anything because I don't want to give away who we're talking about. But yeah, nice person.
yeah,
It's just a shame that again people keep getting foisted into this trap,
yeah,
and it's an obvious trap. Like, oh, if I say something, it's only going to escalate. If I don't say something, they're going to run around acting like it's true. So
yeah.
you're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Damned if you
So
don't.
inevitably, people end up getting frustrated and snapping and going, well, no, actually, enough is enough. This is what actually fucking happened.
Yeah,
Then that'll get taken out of context and used against you. It's just a
yeah,
never ending cycle of bullshit.
yeah.
People need to learn how to disengage, walk away, whatever. Like, just fill their lives with something else.
Hi, Tyrone. Welcome to my
Hello.
channel.
And you got some nice people here in chat, and I'm sure they have their stories to tell. And
Yeah.
their projects. And
I got
again, if
a
you,
lot of new people joining me, but
yeah, well,
I
I
got like
think that's
Sandra's
probably
been with
from the
me.
thoughts, huh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is.
I noticed a few thought people in your Discord server too. Um,
Yeah, there's a few.
yeah. They
There's a
like you
few.
though, and again, that's better to focus on that. Was what I was getting at, Nikki. There's people in your chat right now that have got interesting stories to tell, but have done something that they're too shy to talk about, but would amaze the rest of us. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
like, there's stuff on YouTube to learn, to study, to enjoy. It's not all about drama channels and beef and fighting. And
Looking who's saying what, and oh, it's just, oh, you just, I can't do it anymore. I'm not interested. I'm just
yeah,
really not
and
interested.
you burn out, don't you? You're like, okay, I've done
Yeah,
this. I've been through this
yeah,
cycle. It's yeah. You
yeah,
can see the whole patterns repeating. You can see the crazy people coming back in like
yeah.
seasons, like a TV show, right? Like
It
it's a
is. It
on,
is.
on
Yeah,
this season of the
what
Not
would you
Lay Jeno
season
show.
10?
Yeah, and it's like, no, let's not. Let's just
I
cancel the
want people
show.
to be able to have a voice on my channel. They can. I just say, you come up as an open panel. You can talk about any topic that you want to discuss, and we'll get into it. That's the type of thing I want to do. Like,
And on a personal note, Nikki, I'd like to thank you as well, actually. Now, I've kind of taken a back seat from streaming on my channel for various reasons. A, because I'm working on what I'm working on, and B, I didn't want to keep doing drama cycles. But it's nice to have a channel where I can just come up and,
chill out.
get some of this talking energy out.
Yeah, yeah,
um,
yeah.
and I know you're looking for a temporary co-host until your regular co-host is back, which, by the way, awesome lady.
She's not very well, Chanel.
I understand, and we've all look. We're getting to that age now where we all have our health concerns and our,
Yeah, I'm more
you know,
concerned about her than you two. You know, she
yeah.
knows she's always welcome. I love her because she is so straight, Jen. All right, there's no filters on Chanel at all, and she loves weird conspiracies, and she's very, very intelligent. She knows a lot.
I get
Remember,
what you
she told
mean
us a
about.
story about those cars that were
Oh
driving
yeah,
past.
that which was crazy.
That was crazy. I've actually
That
got a picture of that. Or she showed me the picture of the three cars parked. I'm glad she remembered at the time to take a picture of
since we
them.
had that conversation, I've been listening to a lot of YouTube videos. Like they're usually made up stories, or half true, half made up, or you make your mind up if it's true or not.
Yeah,
Like creepy pasta, I think they call it, or just
yeah.
weird tales from the internet, or there's a lot of good
You
people
should do
writing.
that. You got the
Well, I
voice
did
there.
one comedy one on my channel about a live streamer that the people on my channel know about. But
Yeah,
I just find it amazing that these people just write these little short stories and get thousands and thousands and thousands of
yeah.
viewers. Meanwhile, there's grown adults wasting their time
I
arguing
know.
over nothing.
I know. I know. I like listening to a lot of them. Like they go live, don't they? And they just tell all different stories. Like
Yeah.
it's not like me being you now and just coming up with a story. It's all done beforehand, like, and then
Yeah, and the reason I like them is they have playlists too, so I can just leave it on in the background while I do my day-to-day chores and doing whatever I'm doing in the background, and it's just it's there
yeah,
to be absorbed. It's so since I started unsubscribing and tuning out from a lot of channels, and obviously because we all live in the same kind of world and little bubble, right? So people send you messages, oh, so and
yeah.
so's live,
That's the
how you
thing.
doing?
Or it comes up on your feed like a
Or
post.
even on
Somebody,
Discord, or people messaging you directly. Some people have my
yeah,
phone number. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
yeah, and even then, it's like, okay, the less I look at it, the less I want to look at it, the less interested I am
Exactly,
in any of it. That's yeah,
exactly. It's funny though that a lot of them are so easy to trigger.
yeah.
We're in their heads 24 hours a day, every day.
Well,
Some of them.
again, and it's always the truth that makes them snap the most, right? If you
Yeah,
have a receipt that proves they're lying, that's when they'll hate you the most. If you were there and you have a different version of events than the version of events that they're trying to sell to the world, that's when
yeah,
they'll hate you the most, right? When you
yeah,
actually stand up and tell the truth and go, well, no, actually, that's not
It
what
doesn't
happened.
get you anywhere though. It doesn't get. I was pushed so much that I put I don't know if I told you, I put my brother's headstone and my baby's grave on a video because they were saying I was lying about it.
And I've had that as well. People trying to ask me to prove that my son died. And luckily for me, even though I was emotionally upset at the time, I told them to go fuck themselves. No,
Yeah.
you don't
I
get
was I,
access to
I,
my
I get
grief.
angry first. My first reaction is anger, and I've got to step back sometimes and
Yeah.
give myself a
But
kick
I
up the
definitely
arse.
understand that level of people pushing you
Yeah.
way for. And that's the fucked up thing. Like, you and I know, like, let any one of these people try and act like that in the real world. Say the shit they say online to someone's face. They never would. They're cowards, right? But suddenly, because it's YouTube, you've got a keyboard or even, let's just say, a microphone and a webcam, and you feel brave. You feel brave to push people to limits you would never push them in the real world because you know what would happen. And I'm not a violent person. I'm not a tough guy. I defy anyone to say the shit they've said to me over the internet to my fucking face.
Oh,
It would never happen.
they saying there's a new server that I was invited to, and they saying some person in there is saying that I fucked a 15-year-old when I was 40. That's a new one.
But again, the ridiculous stuff they make up and then pass on as true. If 50 people say it is true, right? If 5 people say it is true, right? That's not how facts work.
Yeah,
Who, what, when, where? There's an evidence, there's a trail, there's a before and after, a cause and effect. It's, you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
you can't just say a thing and it magically becomes true.
That's a new one. They come up with the weirdest
No,
shit.
I've learned to ignore all stories like that unless I see like hardcore evidence. I want receipts. You telling me a story, even if I like you, even if we're friends, means nothing anymore because people have been wrong, people have been lied to themselves, people have outright told lies themselves. There's no, show me proof, or it's just another story on the internet. And when there is proof, I've always been swift to act. I don't like any shady people around, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah, fucking idiots. I've knocked it off.
yeah.
I've only looked because it was a new server, but it's basically all Grace and Ben haters.
Yep,
The
I
ones
left
that
a
the
lot of
ones that have been banned,
Discord
I
servers
expect.
too.
Apparently, he's on Chaotic Truth being really racist. Somebody asked me to snipe the
Well,
stream.
we could stream snipe that if you want, but you got to be careful because what if he says something that gets you flagged?
No, I'll just take if it's something controversial, I just private the stream at the
Uh,
end.
Freddie Flipper, a person who I don't know, says Jeno is the biggest hypocrite ever. Hardcore projection right here. End of message.
All right. Well, that's very informative of you,
Well,
like.
yeah. If you have any context or color you'd like to give to that, by all means, I'll
There we
address
are.
anything you have to say.
Come up on the panel.
I mean, again, seems like more drama shit to me. I will say that, but sure.
Of course it is.
Kind of proves my point that you guys have nothing else going on in your lives.
Yeah. Are you able to put the stream on? Because I'm not able to. I can play it,
If
and
someone
it's
gives me the link, I can share it. Yeah, I
only
don't.
audio.
I'd have to have the link because I don't know where he's at. But yeah, I
Right,
can
hang
do that.
on. Try and get the link in the chat now. Um. Okay. Oh,
Also, I'm going to address it since it's still on the screen. How can a person be a hypocrite when they also acknowledge that the same things they're talking about they've done themselves and been dragged into themselves, and that's why they want to move on? I said that.
yeah.
I've been guilty of wasting my time arguing with people on the internet too. I said that. So me saying it's a waste of time suddenly makes me a hypocrite? Your logic is very flawed because it's based on your preconceived opinion. You don't like someone and then you colour in the facts based on that.
Exactly.
Or
There we
you
are. I
think
just
other
put the link in
facts
the.
based on
I
that.
put the link in the chat.
Give us a sec. I'll copy paste that.
I don't know if he's still on there or if you maybe got to go
We can
back a
always
bit.
rewind and cover it.
You
Yeah.
find him anyway, you know.
Give us a sec. And the truth is, if people had more going on in their real... Okay, he's not still on panel, but we can rewind. Let me go and see if we can see where he came up. Ben is unhinged at this point as well. Like he's just... It seems like he's trying to get himself in trouble. Now, I have a lot of time and sympathy for people, but when I see someone engaging in self-sabotage, that's always the point where I go, nope, not going to help you anymore.
I don't really know what they're doing at the moment. Since they fell out with Ruby, they just seem to be going on different panels. Like
someone shared a link when Ruby went live earlier. I didn't watch, but it didn't have anything in the title to do with the thoughts. So I am subscribed to Chaotic Truth. I've been up there a few times. I actually got on pretty well with them. Then so.
Oh, you've been on there, though?
Only I think twice, but maybe 3 times. But yeah, I got along with them. They do, again, I'm not saying this in a funny way, but they do try to focus a little bit too much on racial division. It's like they kind of want people to be arguing about race instead of talking about race. But
it was a big thing, wasn't it? Because he was allowing Grace to say the N-word. She's the only white girl on YouTube that's allowed to say it, like.
And another time I went up was nothing to do with the thoughts. I did go up once after Grace had been there.
Yeah. But when in the beginning, you know, they didn't know who they were. They were like, wow, who are these people? You know, that somebody was one of the panelists was interviewing Ben. I think his name was Savage.
No.
Going over his whole history from being a child up until like now. They shouldn't do that if they want to keep their channel. They taking big risks.
I mean, I believe in free speech, but people like Grace saying the N-word for shock value and then going, oh no, you're silly for being offended. It's pointless and it's a bit crass. Like, anyone should be able to say anything in the context of free speech as long as you're not inciting violence or hatred or whatever, but because that's against the law. But like, you should be able to talk about anything or say any word in the English language. Do you know what I mean? But if you're doing it just to be a dick, then that kind of says something about you.
What are you on about, Star? What fucking screenshots?
That screen share is backstage while we wait for Star to reply.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess there's no screenshots.
In which server? Your server's gone. I'm not on there for some reason now, so I can't see what's been fucking posted.
Now,
just, you know, tell me what you've seen and then I can fucking speak about it. Oh, God.
I can't speak for you, Nikki, but I'm going to assume that this also goes for you as well as for me. I find it funny when trolls try to say there's evidence of something that you know there couldn't possibly be any evidence of because it didn't happen. But they still try. I don't get it. It's like they're magically going to convince you that something happened in your life that didn't happen.
The server's gone off my phone, so you've obviously banned me. I can't get into the server to look at what you're on about, Star.
Also,
you believe what you want to believe.
Easy answer. If there are receipts, go to one of those websites that lets you temporarily upload an image, like Image Host or something like that. Put that up, put the screenshot up, come backstage and drop the link backstage.
If you want to know anything about me and my ex, there are messages that he sent me The server has gone off my phone, Star. It's gone. So I can't get in it. He wrote out the messages saying that I never groomed him
Oh, hang on a
and
minute.
nothing happened until he was like 17. And
He's saying I tagged you. If you can tag someone, then you can direct message them. Send her a message. If there's screenshots,
yeah,
send
send me a
her a message.
message. Yeah, exactly. The server's
There's,
gone, so I've been banned, obviously.
if you can tag someone, it means you have their username. You
You've
can
known
just
me for how
use her
long, Star? You've known me
username.
for a long time now. Some fucking stranger comes into your fucking nasty fucking server and is spouting a load of shit about me, and you believe that? When you've known me for how long? How long have you known me now?
Again, the only reason I'm asking questions about screenshots is because every time I do that, they magically disappear. Every time I've asked someone, show me some proof, it's never what they claim it is, or there is no proof at all.
I know, I
So
know, I know.
I,
I was never
I'm,
40 when I
I'm
was
just
with a
gonna
fucking
say,
17-year-old. I was 27. I never babysat him like they claim. There is so much fucking bullshit they've tried to bring about this.
hang on. Now it's screenshots from your YouTube.
From my
That,
YouTube.
that makes even less sense. See, this is why I can't be bothered with drama, people.
Oh, I know, I know.
You don't
And it's
even
not like
bother to
nobody
make
can
sense.
manipulate things to make things look fucking really bad, like. Because I know I've got fucking nothing to hide. I fucking put it all out there. Oh,
See,
hang
when
on.
you hang
Hang
on a
on, he
sec,
sent me a
Nikki.
message,
Sorry,
sent it
I
to
don't
me.
mean to overtalk you, but I get a bit annoyed when I hear these things. When you come into a chat saying you've got evidence of
Oh,
something
it's not the
inappropriate happening,
evidence. It's not the evidence. That's the evidence. The evidence
that
that I just spoke
yeah,
about, that is already on my channel of my ex saying
look,
I never groomed him. He was 17. He never regretted being with me. Blah, blah, blah. I wasn't 40. He wasn't 15. I wasn't groomed. I wanted our relationship too. I was only 17, but a big boy by then, which he was because he'd gone through a lot of stuff in his life. He had an old head on him. He was very old fashioned as well. Stop telling. This is about me. Stop telling strangers your life. I'm gonna go with me about your life. I have no regret being with you when I was 17. I wanted it, so tell them to get fucked. I don't think you ever babysat for me either. I think we met just before my 17th birthday, but never done anything. But talk about your ex, whatever his name was. I never felt that you were. I can't read the bottom bit, but
so
it's on
that's
my
the
channel
opposite
anyway.
of evidence. That's someone clearing your
That's
name.
evidence, is it? That's evidence.
That's
That's
someone
proven that he
clearing your
wasn't
name.
15. He wasn't all the
Right,
fucking.
Nikki, do you understand? This is just designed because they want you to talk about it again.
Oh my
They just
god,
want you to
Jen,
respond
fucking
to
hell.
nothing again.
Yeah.
Now, I
Call me
will
a
say
pedo in your
this:
server. I don't give a flying fuck.
when you come around to a channel saying you have evidence, that would be some proof, like a conversation, a recording,
Mm-hmm.
something inappropriate happening, of a victim and an abuser having some kind of exchange. And there you go. Oh, look, there's the inappropriate comment. There's the moment that some line was crossed. If you can't show that, what you're doing is retarded.
Oh my god. It'll be someone else fucking next week, you know?
Especially when you play or show screenshots or whatever the fuck that was of the
He didn't have
so-called
to do that, my ex, Jen. He didn't have to
yeah.
write those messages out and do that. Do you know what I mean?
I'm sure he
He,
didn't want to either. Who in their
no,
right mind
no,
would? But
no.
obviously, he still thinks nicely enough of you that he wanted
Well,
to clear
yeah,
your name. So
yeah. I've never loved anyone like I loved him. Or I've never been loved the way he loved me. We were friends and we just fell in love. My brother committed suicide. His brother committed suicide. So he came to see me to check that I was okay. I used to look after his sister's children. I used to look after, not him as a child. His sister had a big drug problem, and I used to look after her 3 children along with my 2 children.
I'm not going to stop you talking about this, but they really don't deserve details, Nikki. They don't.
No, no, that this is the trap I always fall into.
The more you say, the more they're going to try and twist and use against you.
Yeah, they do. They do. Fuck
And it's
'em.
sad. It's just a pathetic waste of every human being involved's time.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, there's real kids being abused. Meanwhile, there's real crimes being committed. Not
exactly.
weird, fake, made up shit on YouTube because someone hurt your
Everyone's an nonce.
feelings.
Everyone's a nonce. You need to back your shit up, you know? The shit you come up with, you need to have a fucking. That was pathetic. And,
Now, what
not even
what
letting
else
me
is
have a voice.
pathetic?
They fucking cowardly banned me from the new fucking shitty Discord server.
Yeah, this is very low tier trolling. Oh, we're talking about you. Come and see what we're saying about you.
Yeah,
They just want you to react.
I know. I'm glad I got you so you can, because Chanel normally calms me down. I know I do listen
No,
eventually.
I mean, I get you being pissed off. I don't want to stop you
Oh,
talking because I understand. You have every right to clear your name, but this is what they want. I have to remind you of that because I'm your friend.
yeah, and many times on. You know what I mean? If I'm clearly my name, it'll be again next week. Somebody else will say
Yeah, and
something.
it's just a waste of
And it
your
goes on
energy.
and on.
And
So
it
fuck
really
them.
is. What I will say though is, and I say this to anyone, if real evidence of any sort ever comes to light, like real evidence, not he said, she said bullshit, edited out of context, cherry picked bullshit, real evidence, by all means bring that to the
Oh, they
public's
say
knowledge.
14 now, are they? Did you read the fucking screenshot? He said he was 17.
Again, hang on, what does someone just said? Okay, Star, someone just said that you fuck cats. Oh
He's coming.
no, are we
He's
going to
doing
run
this
around
one,
and
yeah.
pretend it's true now? Oh no, someone on the internet said you're a rapist, Star. Oh
You,
no, are we going to pretend that's
you just
true
go away
now?
and believe him, Star. Go away and believe him.
Someone said, oh no, someone said, oh, a mysterious anonymous someone on the internet said something. Oh no, you're fucking retarded.
And I got a bond with him that I'll have forever because we both had a child that died.
Should we play the someone said game?
Yeah.
Someone said Star cut off a homeless guy's toes. Someone said Star
Robbed a homeless
sniffs
person.
women's seats when they get up out of their chairs.
This is what they do all day in this
Anyone can play
fucking
the
toxic
someone said game
servers.
and say horrible, nasty shit about a stranger. Someone
Yeah.
said, are you fucking retarded? Someone said, oh,
Just laugh at it. It's ridiculous. It'll be 12 next. Now you watch.
it's just ridiculous and it's tiresome. It's tiresome. It doesn't matter who said it. They said it about you, Star, so it's true now. Someone said,
Who said that? He's believing what he said.
someone said you're banned from all the elevators in your local area because you've been known to harass and attack women in elevators. Someone said. Do you understand the point?
7-year-old man having with a 17-year-old girl is morally reprehensible. It's no different the other way round.
Someone said. Star,
You're
so
allowed
it
your
is true.
opinion. I heard Star eats baby elephants. Well, he's a drama whore, I know that. He keeps getting banned from Grace's server, and they go into make another server then, where all the people, they're the most toxic people I've ever come across. So, this is just pathetic.
Someone said the Z in Z Star's name stands for zebra fucker.
Don't shoot the messenger. No, you're the only one coming in here trying to fucking trigger me.
Someone said,
Why
Star.
don't you send it to me privately, Star?
Someone said. We're just playing the someone said game. You
Yeah.
know, the game you were playing when you came in here.
Someone said you eat shit every day. Is that true?
Someone said you masturbate in your own feces. Someone said
You got a shit wall. You not like tropical heat. Got a cum wall. You got a shit wall where you throw your shit every day. Yeah, it can be nasty. But it's not who I am, and they fucking know it, so they're trying to trigger me.
I'm just trying to point out the pointlessness of the game they're playing. Someone
Yeah.
said, oh, someone said.
No, it's just
It means nothing. The things you are doing, the words you are typing, they mean nothing.
I was
Nothing.
expecting to see some fake shit that had been, fake fucking
Yeah, at least bother to
yeah,
Photoshop. Yeah, at least go and do
yeah.
something creative. Get some editing skills. Fuck.
At least me going, what the fuck, getting a big reaction out to me when I just basically spoke about that the
Let's
messages were up on my community page, and then he goes and posts that exact same thing as evidence that I'm having sex with a 14-year-old.
someone said
Phew.
I can't with this shit anymore. I can't take it seriously because it's
No.
just retarded and it never ends and it's an endless cycle. Someone said, but someone said.
Yeah. This is what they do all day. It's ridiculous.
Pointless. Pointless. It's
Go
a
and
waste of
smell the
everyone's
flowers
time.
and go out and go and hug a tree or something.
Go watch a tutorial.
Oh,
Learn a skill.
it's grossly. It was grossly in your server, that was, wasn't it? Oh,
Someone said, well, I know grossly, so don't try and throw grossly under the bus.
someone said Lee Jeno is a retard. That someone was me. Oh,
I
there you
am.
go.
They're right. Yay. Finally, once someone got a someone said story right. I am a retard. Yay.
I saw him saying on the Discord earlier when I had the invite. I looked in on it, and one of them said, "Why are you having Jeno on your stream?" I'm like, "What the fuck is it? I didn't even answer him. But what is it?
Well,
What are they trying to
Geno's a
tell you
monster,
to
clearly.
have on my
Someone
channel? They don't like people to speak the truth, Jeno. That's the
someone said
problem.
Geno's a monster. Someone said Geno's an online predator.
Do they? They don't like people like you to speak the truth.
Yep, it is a full moon tonight. I blame it's the
And you can
crazies
back
are
your
out.
shit up. Unlike them. Gross.
I
Grossly's
forget.
ill, isn't he? He's unwell, isn't he?
Grossly doesn't have time for stupid shit. He's a troll, but he only gives a fuck about the stuff he gives a fuck about. Let's be real. Grossly's not sitting around the internet playing the someone said game. He's got his own fucking problems to worry about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
As far as I know, he came off YouTube because he was doxxed and everything, wasn't he?
Someone said.
Someone said.
No,
That'd be
I'm
in my head
blaming
all
I'm
night now.
blaming the full moon twos, Sandra.
It's
It's
like
the full
Simon
moon.
said.
Yeah.
It's not true unless Simon said. Anyway, you can play that if you want to, Jeno.
It's a backstage.
Here we go. Let's have a look.
I don't know if Ben's going to say
You'll
anything
have
interesting.
control of it, won't you?
Yeah, I'll press
can
play
stop
and
it if
pause
you need
when you
to.
want me to.
There you go.
I rewound it just before he came up.
Okay.
Are you racist?
Yeah.
Do you identify as being racist?
No, I
That's
just
why you
love my
guys went
own.
back in slavery.
Okay,
I'm not.
pause already. Look at that creepy, crazy smile that Ben had when someone said, "Are you racist?" That's again. I'm not saying Ben is a racist.
Where
I don't
is
know.
he, Jeno? Is that him in the top corner on the
Top.
right?
Right, yeah, with the cross
Yeah,
behind
I
his
can
head.
see.
And for some reason, he looks like he's transforming into a werewolf.
He does, don't he, Blair? He's like, oh.
But okay, I'm not saying Ben is a racist. I don't know if he is or if he isn't or whatever. But that is the face of a racist. When someone says, "Are you a racist?" you don't pull that
Look
face.
at his eyes.
That's mania right there.
That's the
Right,
guy next to him that interviewed him. That guy I was on about earlier, Savage, that went over all his life.
So I've only ever spoken to Chaotic. I don't know who any
Chaotic
of these
Truth
other
is the
people are.
guy, is the channel owner. He lets people use his channel, doesn't he, for other things like
I've seen, I've seen a few people hosting on his channel too.
host.
So
Yeah, that's what I
sometimes
meant,
he lets other
hosting
people
him.
host. Yeah. So, okay.
Racist?
You said
I
cracker.
just love my own.
Hang tight, white people.
Oh,
For the
hang
family.
tight, white people. Now, I will say, as a sound guy, he's got an awesome fucking microphone. That's a nice bit of kit.
I'm hearing you, man. You hear this bullshit they're saying?
Well, bro, I think the problem is that there's not an argument being made on your part that's effective, right? I don't know what happened to this young man.
Exactly. So why you keep saying why you can't give all these scenarios?
Because I am going off of indicators. I have experienced this in my own life. I had a cousin who.
Are you willing to accept it?
I'm going to skip ahead a bit just because we have no idea who they're arguing about, and Ben's not there anymore. Gimpy's back. Four in the family. I don't know. It's probably a long-winded argument. It sounds like they've been arguing for a minute. All right, Ben's back.
Oh, sorry. What's up, Willie? For the family, you are on mute.
Whatever you think, man. All right.
That's it, bro. Thank you,
Whatever
man.
you think. Hold on. You just hold up. Hey, CT, hold on. You just got explained, okay, some facts. The guy bought a rope, and then automatically you're jumping already to this or that didn't happen, or it happened this way. And he's a stupid white person. CT's a stupid white person because he just looked it up. He looked it up. He's pointing out facts. And now all you have to say is, "Oh no, that ain't how it happened. You're just dumb white, celebrating whitey."
You are dumb white.
Well, don't nobody know what happened.
Okay.
Don't nobody know what happened.
I don't know what happened. Will someone tell us what happened?
But after that, don't nobody know what happened. So he has a right to say, "Hey, this might have happened. No different than this."
He's warming up, Jeno.
He's not saying Mike.
Sorry, say again.
He's warming up, Ben.
Yeah, Ben's nodding.
Watching the body language.
He's looking for his moment to pounce.
Yeah,
he's saying a cracker killed him. Okay,
but Willie, the problem is that there is an implication that a racist event occurred. You saw the people saying justice for him, justice for him. How do we? There has been no investigations.
Based upon the history of this country, which one you think is more probable?
It is probable that he hung himself.
Based upon the history of this country, which one is more probable?
Okay, so from what I can tell, someone died. Some people are saying it was racist and possibly caused by the cops.
Been a lot of, what's happened with this P. Diddy guy?
Oh, he's been denied bail. So he's
what did
got
he do? What did he do? Because they've been discussing that on the panels everywhere.
I think what he's actually currently in jail for is the human trafficking part of the charges, but he's got lots of charges against him.
Wow.
But I think the reason he's in jail and being denied bail was because of the human trafficking part.
Wow. God alive.
Again, human trafficking in America could mean anything from, like, it's got a pretty broad definition. Like, it could be transporting someone across state lines. It could be whatever, like arranging for their transport or whatever. So, but they obviously have enough grounds to keep him in jail. They're not even letting him.
That then on a video he beat up his girlfriend.
Yeah, in the hotel.
Yeah, it's like he's done a lot of shit. What's coming out about?
Well, apparently, including having sex with people against their will, drugging them, filming them, blackmailing them, men, women, underage people. There's a lot of allegations.
Yeah. But that's not who they're talking about on here now, is it?
No. So I don't know who they are talking about, but apparently someone died, and some people think the cops did it, and some people think he hung himself, and they're arguing over.
Oh, right, I got you.
Is it racist or not? And Chaotic just said, well, there hasn't been an investigation yet, so I'm just asking questions.
Chaotic is very pro-white, isn't he?
I
More than he
don't
is
know, because I think
from what?
he's very conservative, which makes him agree with a lot of things that white people say.
Yeah.
I don't think
yeah.
he's pro or anti-white. I think he's just a black conservative. Sometimes he agrees with white people, sometimes he doesn't. Like,
That's where I've seen him agreeing a lot with what like Ben have said in the past, and
because
like
he's
with
a
the thing with
Trump guy,
Grace.
and I think what his argument is that black people make too much about race, and he's a black man himself, so he's
Yeah,
allowed to say
yeah,
that. I think that's his
yeah.
point of view, is that not everything is racism, right?
That is
So
that is true. Yeah, I get that now.
I've only watched him a little bit. I
From
could
watching
be
him a couple of times, like
wildly wrong, yeah. Look, Ben's got his "I'm about to say something" face.
he's ready to pounce.
Let's go.
Do you
You ever
know?
heard of Jussie
That's
Smollett?
violence, man.
That's
Well,
that's
CT,
the recent history. You ever heard of Jussie Smollett?
but CT,
That's
Yeah,
the
one of
recent
them.
history of this
All right. Annoyingly, sometimes Ben does make good points.
country.
but
There's
CT,
been a
check it
ton
out.
of fake lynching hoaxes. That's the recent history of this country.
There was another one on a university campus where a woman was sending threatening letters to herself and putting nooses on her door and stuff like that, and got caught.
Wow.
There's been a few cases.
Where? From where?
Jussie
That's
Smollett,
Smollett.
a whole bunch of
Harley
racial
Russell.
incidents that were
Harley-
bullshit.
Harley Russell
Black
went up in that
people
Charlie
lying.
This is why I don't trust white people and I
Okay,
don't like
so-
them. You just woke
so-
up from drinking.
so-
Shut your ass up.
Well, that's racist, but because it's about Ben, it's funny.
Yeah,
How can you not like an entire race of people? Now, individual white people, sure, there's loads of white people that are shitty, but you don't like all white people? Well, that seems pretty racist.
Ben's black scent goes super Saiyan soon. I don't know what that
Well,
means. Oh, when
I
he
don't
put
know.
on his eye is black. Eye's a black
Oh.
man.
Yeah, that's a bit cringe, but I like the still shot of CT. That's a good.
Yeah,
that
it's
would
a
make
good-
that
that's
would
a
make a
cracking
good
one, that
poster
is.
for him. Whoa! Let's all settle down and have the debate.
Hold on, guys, real quick. Now, for the people who are new to the channel, you guys probably don't know this. I'm the Negro Whisperer. I'm almost a prophet. For the people who've been in the chat for a long time, did I not accurately say that Carly Russell was a complete hoax? I broke that down to the T that day. I said that is a complete hoax. Do you remember Carly Russell for the family? For the family, you were on mute, sir.
What's the question, man?
Do you remember the Carly
Do you remember the thing in the news that proves that you're wrong?
Russell hoax? Carly Russell hoax?
I don't know. Some white people stuff.
Like a
But
typical.
Some white people stuff. No,
Stuff.
it wasn't some white people stuff. It was a black person making up and lying about being attacked by white people and then getting caught.
Bro, did you just wake up from
Oh,
smoking
see,
crack?
a forgetful mother. I can't stand a forgetful mother effing lying pro-black.
Again, sorry, I keep pausing. He's not forgetful. He was dismissive. He didn't care. He was like, I don't care. That's some white people shit.
Yeah.
He's intentionally ignorant. That's what we call
So
willfully ignorant.
what we doing here is finding out who is the most racist.
Everyone who has racial hatred in their heart is racist. Anyone who doesn't isn't. It's nothing to do with white or black. There's black
Yeah.
racists. There's white racists. There's all kinds of racists.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people are. Some people aren't. I think it's about culture and how you were raised. Some people were raised with ignorance and hate, and some people weren't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The true racism is when they got that hatred for.
And I don't like this idea that we can't talk about racial stuff without it being racist. No, that's silly.
I know.
You should
I know. I forget sometimes you're not allowed to say this. You're not allowed to say that. You're not.
No,
allowed
it's
to say
ridiculous.
this.
You should be allowed to discuss any topic. Again, you're not racist if you're talking about immigration. You're not
No.
racist if you're talking about black and white stuff in America. You're not. It's called discussion.
Some people just hate being.
Conveniently, you
Sorry, I didn't mean to press
No,
play while you
sorry.
were
Carry
talking.
on.
forget it was in the news for 2 or 3 weeks. It was national news. It was damn near international news. Here was a black girl who lied about being kidnapped by a white guy. You don't remember that?
That's another story. I was talking myself, but the example I gave was a woman who was writing fake threats to herself and putting nooses on her door. This is another one. She lied and said she got kidnapped. Yeah.
Her family on the side of the highway. She lied and said a little white baby was walking on the highway. You don't remember that?
No one, no black American. That's one of your people.
He was high that day, bro. He was high that day.
But CT,
Not us.
See, that's race baiting at its finest for the family there.
Yeah.
He knows what he's saying is dumb. He knows what he's saying is ignorant. And he's just, that's like, no, I don't need to know the facts. I want to stick to what I know. I'm going to stick to what I believe and fuck you. And
yeah,
that's the lowest kind of trolling on the internet.
Tamara Browley, that woman in New York.
We're having CT is that even yourself has made statements that like Emmett Till situation didn't happen.
How do you not know it wasn't?
I like Willie's lisp. Willie got a cool ass accent. What's happening? I'm Willie Daniel.
Grossly over exaggerated. You weren't born then, bro. You weren't even alive then.
CT, there's a lot of things.
70, bro, you were born in 75, bro. Probably.
Can I
80.
finish?
Can I finish,
CT? For you to make that statement and you was born in the 80s, what makes yours so more valid when my mother and father actually lived through it and saw it, and not saw it personally happen, but they lived in the era when it happened?
No, they didn't.
My mother and father, my mother 82 years old, CT. What you saying? What you trying to say?
Can you call your mother right now and ask her, did she ever see anything like that happening?
My mother's seen a ton of stuff happen. CT, she's born in
Savannah,
Savannah,
right
Georgia.
Can you call her right now? Wait.
My mom's was born in Savannah, Georgia. I like his accent.
I can't believe how quiet Ben is. I'm just watching his body language.
Ben's just waiting for his moment. You see, he look, he ready. He like a coiled snake, like a Savannah grassland rattlesnake. He just coiled and ready to strike. He just waiting for Brother Willie to stop talking.
Why not just call her respectfully? If she's able-bodied, would she be willing to come on camera and just me and you know I won't have these?
Willie's like, hell no, I ain't gonna call my mama.
Get my mama on you.
And you have your dear mother who experienced all this come on camera
Willie
as
looked
a
at him like he
history
lost his dad.
and say these things because I don't know if these things happen.
Yes. CT, listen, I'll call you directly and we can all get on the phone directly.
Thank you.
I have nothing to hide.
Okay.
Did she say that it was nonstop oppression being black, or did she say we kept to ourselves, they kept to themselves?
No.
And there were some differences, but like we basically got along, because that's all I've ever heard.
No. Listen, I'm not gonna sit here and let you sugarcoat nothing. My mother and father came from the dirty South. They went through some stuff through their lives that you could never ever.
I'm gonna sample this man's voice. He's the dirty South. Savannah, Georgia.
Understand or never lived through. So you're
yeah,
not going to see
neither you.
Let me finish.
How many generations has cracker been here?
I'm a product of that. So you're not going to sit here and sugarcoat.
Hey, racism's cool, nigger.
Hold on.
Shut the fuck up.
For the last,
he just called me a cracker. He just called me a cracker.
He did.
He done it now 3 times.
He did.
So it goes both ways, nigger.
How is cracker offensive to you?
How long you been in this? How many generations did you go back?
He's a fucking racist asshole.
Hold on.
For the sake of this channel and everyone listening, I'd like to say that I don't think anyone here condones this type of language. We're reviewing this for review purposes only.
Yes.
Neither me nor the channel owner, Nikki, and I'm guessing none of you in the audience support this shit, but let's watch it anyway.
Hold on.
He's a fucking stupid nigger.
How is cracker offensive to you?
He's saying he's now said like 5 times, I don't like white people because they have white
not
skin.
Even an old white man. He's
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Watch this, CT. I'm asking you, how is cracker offensive to you? That's what
I'm Willie Daniels, And I'm asking you, Ben Thorpe, a legitimate question. How is the word cracker offensive to you? Now, I won't predict Ben don't answer. What do you think, Miss Nikki Noo? You think Ben's
No.
going to answer?
No, he's not.
Let's find out.
He's gonna go for the juggler.
I like Willie. Willie's a cool motherfucker.
How do you do those
Well, I'm
voices?
Because he's
It's
representing
not really offensive to me.
So then,
But
why
if
would
he
you
just
take it
wants
as
to
offensive?
say, if he just wants to be a fucking racist, I'll be a fucking racist
But-
back.
Listen. If you don't know what the term cracker means, then you can't make it offensive to you just because you feel like it.
Oh my.
It means white person.
No, it doesn't. It means the person that was
Whatever.
cracking-
Oh my
Listen,
God.
It means that it was the person cracking the whip on the plantation.
It's used as
That's
a
what the
racial
term
slur,
cracker-
sir.
It's used as a
Melanie.
racial.
Oh, Melanie, come up on the
Willie, I
panel.
love you. Oh, sorry.
Have you met Melanie Cosmic Fox, Jeno?
No,
She's been-
I have
She's
not.
been
Hello. Let me say
on
howdy.
Ruby's streams and on the Thorpes.
Oh, I think I've seen Miss Melanie in chat before. Now, I want to say to Mr. Willie, I know he's not listening. I like Willie, but what he said there was stupid. Cracker is used as a racial term against white people. Now, the whole thing about the cracking of the
That's
whip.
obvious, isn't it?
Now, I understand what he's saying, but it was meant as a derogatory term.
It's like when you say the N word. Isn't it the way the person is saying the word and the meaning behind it?
Now,
For
me
it being
personally,
to be
I don't-
insulting, if you know what I mean.
it depends. Like if you're singing along to a song and it's got the N word in it, I don't think that's racist. I don't use the word. I don't use the N word.
No.
I call people
I don't.
brother man. What's up, brother man?
Hey, Mick.
For that.
Well, I understand what nigger stands for. It just means black.
No, the word.
It comes from Negro in Latin. Come on,
No,
give me a
it does
break.
not. You see, the
Oh,
problem is
now
you-
we're gonna teach the black people are
Hold
gonna
on.
teach the white people
Hold on.
how to speak English.
The
All
problem is
right.
You want to sit here. You want to try to make up your own definitions of words. You don't know what the word nigger represents. So I'll
Okay,
tell you.
what does spick mean? It doesn't come from the word Hispanic.
I don't know. I don't know when he speaks. But I'm gonna
All
tell
right,
you
well-
what the
Diversity
Let me
training.
finish.
Go ahead.
Jesus Christ.
The
Willie,
word.
Willie,
that-
Willie, real quick.
Hold on,
How many?
CT.
Willie,
Let me
how many-
correct him.
Willie,
Why don't you
Willie,
tell me about the dirty South and what you're?
Let me
hold on
let me
a second.
correct him,
Willie.
CT, and
No,
then we
it's,
can move
it's,
on.
it's no need to correct. Willie, how many lynchings occurred 100 years ago, or even before this?
I mean, tons of them, CT. I can't give you an accurate number.
I could
But it
give
was-
you. I could give you a damn near accurate number.
Well,
According to history, it was only 4,000, and that
Well,
included white.
Wait. You can't just say only 4,000. Now, 4,000 is a lot less than most people try to pretend it was, but you can't say only 4,000. That's 4,000 motherfuckers who lost their life for hatred. Like let's not just use the word only like that. CT. I like CT too, but that was another stupid thing to say.
That included whites.
Well,
There was a good
I
amount of
read-
whites who got lynched.
CT.
Hang on, okay. But that you still don't use the word only, but that's interesting.
There were 1,000 murders in LA in 1990, bro. Think about that.
Yeah, just look at the crime rates for Chicago this year. I think it beats that number.
Okay, that's doing
Think
it
about
right.
that. There were 700 murders in Chicago last year, sir.
By who?
Okay.
By immigrants?
And a
But
lot of
hold
people
on.
who got lynched deserved it.
But hold on.
They didn't
There's
get
a
lynched
whole
because they
lot of
had black
immigrants in
skin.
Chicago in the last
Hold on.
year,
They
right?
didn't get
Hold
lynched
on.
because they had black skin.
Isn't it
They didn't get
plausible?
lynched because they had black
Can I
skin.
respond to CT's
Willie.
question?
Willie, isn't
Who
it
was this
plausible-
drunk white boy here? When did your
Isn't it plausible to assume, Willie, that a lot of people lynched back in the day were actually criminals? Like maybe some of them Negroes on the trees were George Floyd's.
No. Listen, CT, listen. It's so much information that didn't get documented that it's not funny. Okay.
And how do you
But-
know this?
Well, because
Yeah, if it wasn't documented, how the fuck do you know?
like I told you before, my family is from the South. My
because
family
he's
comes-
actually us, fool.
My
You
family
dumbass
comes
immigrant.
directly. My family comes directly from the plantations. They know how it was running through the South at night, not being caught at night by certain people because you might not be seen again. I'll give you an example. When I was driving down south, to go see my father, my first time driving down south with my son and my wife, my dad told me specifically where not to go. He said, because there's a good chance you get caught on those back roads. I won't ever see you again. And this was in the 90s. And
Bullshit.
this is funny, huh? It's funny,
Bullshit. You're such a bullshitter.
Anyway, CT.
My daddy told me not.
Okay, even if that's true, your daddy was just concerned about you. That doesn't mean that the fear that your dad had was based on a real event that could happen. Now, it could or could not happen. I don't know. I'm not saying it did or it didn't, but there's many times where parents are scared on behalf of their children to a level that is more than the actual fear.
Yeah. Hi, Melanie.
awful.
Welcome on the panel. This is
Hi.
Melanie Jeno.
Hello, sorry, I didn't have I had the other screen up. Hello.
Oh, it's no worries. I already want to respond to what you're saying, just because like we know that Black families, like when you're growing up a Black family, your family, your mother or father sits you down to have the talk. And the talk is basically, look, you might not agree with what a cop's saying to you, but if you push back, they'll fucking kill you. And white people don't have that talk. So I think that the point being that there are racial differences between these things, or there are different fears that different communities have across.
Can we address one
lines.
point at a time? Sorry to interrupt you. There's a lot of white people and Black people who do have that conversation, and there's a lot of white
It's
people and
incredibly
Black people
different. No,
who,
it's
who
not the same
don't
for
have
white
that
people.
conversation.
So
Now,
you grew up having the talk.
there's also a lot. Yeah, I grew up in a different country, to you bear that in mind. But yes, I did have that talk.
Really? Because
Yeah.
I grew up in Canada, right? And I'm not native or anything. And I've never once had to think about the police being like that. But I know that
actually
the
grew up
natives
in a
do it.
very crime-ridden, what Americans would describe as a ghetto part of London, surrounded by crack and gun crime during the 80s and 90s. So I
Did that
definitely
crime
did have
ever
that
actually
conversation.
affect you? Just curious.
Yes, multiple occasions.
Interesting. I live in a ghetto too and grew up in ghettos and never was affected by that crime. But can't speak for you.
I also had many happy experiences there and many good
Sure.
interactions.
And just my general issue though is that there is a difference in racial in communities based on race, based on how they perceive threats. Like most white people will call the cops to deal with a problem. Black people tend to see cops as a bigger threat than whatever this problem can be.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think what you're saying is definitely specifically true more to America than to here. That's definitely, and I would even say to some extent here. But here we have a culture of not calling the cops too, for similar and different reasons.
I guess I have to ask which country you're in at this point, if you don't mind.
We're in the UK. I'm specifically
in
England.
Yeah.
I mean,
so there are differences. Like I'm just trying to point that out. I'm not trying to say your experience is not accurate or is accurate. I don't know, but there are differences.
You know the way they throw the N-word around on YouTube and everything. In this country, if I walk down the street and called someone the N-word, I won't even say it on you. You would get
beaten up by other white people.
Yeah, you get
is what would happen.
You don't think that happens in America? I know it happens here in Canada.
We just don't say it, you know.
Again, but even America is so big. Listen, like city to city, state to state, you're going to find big differences even in America, right? Not every town in America is the same. Yeah,
if we're speaking generally, it's not that different in America. You might still get beat the crap out of you by other white people in America.
I mean, I spent some time in North Carolina, and everyone there seemed very racially integrated. There wasn't a lot of racial division from what I could see. Whereas I would imagine somewhere like Chicago or New York or California would be a lot
there.
I was there a while.
A while being?
I was there a while.
Well, here's the thing, right? Like if someone's there for months, I wouldn't expect anyone to see that. Racial integration and disintegration are like issues that affect people.
Sure, but okay, my point in saying that was I would imagine though that if I went to some urban centers in some cities, I would see it immediately.
No, that's overt racism and discrimination. Nowadays, we're kind of into like euphemistic racism and kind of complex. North America, just like the people who are still kind of enforcing systemic racism. Like we as a collective, we as a culture, we as a society.
I guess I don't buy into that premise of we as individuals, right?
Mm.
But
Well, I'm just saying that I go to towns that aren't obvious that they're sundown towns unless you bike through by yourself at night and try, and then you seem like a homeless person, right? And then they're like, you have to get out of here before sundown. And then that's like, oh, well, that's not written anywhere, and you certainly don't apply that logic to people who just drive through at night, but okay.
sure, and again, that sounds realistic. I mean, that I'm sure that exists. There's places like that here too, right, by the way. There's towns and small villages in England where anyone who isn't from that town or small village is viewed with suspicion, including other white people. Who are you? What are you doing here? Because that's just tribalism, right? That's how people
And kind of like
group together
extreme,
in groups.
yeah, extreme localized xenophobia, but yeah.
Yeah, but so my point is, you can find many examples of what you're saying, and you can find many examples to the contrary, which is why I'd rather treat people on an individual, one-by-one basis, and on a case-by-case, merit-by-merit basis, because
Sure, but
I
you
don't
can't
think sweeping generalizations like that, they don't really stand true in the light of many other examples, right? So,
I'm not trying to make sweeping generalizations, but you can't treat things like systemic racism and talk about them by only focusing on individuals.
okay, well, so you say systemic racism. I'd agree. I think we'd all agree that to some extent that is a thing, and maybe some people see it more, maybe some people see it less, maybe it's more prevalent in some areas, maybe it's less prevalent in some areas, but where would you see like the systems that promote racism are? Because I think what happens is legacy after effects. I don't think there's any systems out there that are actively promoting racism. I don't think even the KKK does that anymore.
Well, legacy after effects are like one way, but they're kind of like the most obvious. The next one would be less obvious ways that aren't apparent to white people. One might be like denying that.
Sorry, can I ask how you identify? Because you keep saying white people with a slightly sneering. Okay, but you keep saying white people with a very
I just told you.
sneering
I'm telling you,
tone.
I'm super white. I'm European.
Yeah, listen to the rest of my sentence. You keep saying
I don't
white
care if I'm
people
sneering at
with
white
a
people.
very
I wanna finish
sneering, nasty, negative
Okay, I'll
connotation
make sure I
having
say black
tone,
people the same way, just that
and
way
it's
you don't feel offended.
offensive. If I
Yeah, I'll
did the
make
same
sure-
about
I'll
any
make
other
sure-
culture, it would be offensive.
Okay,
The
I'll
fact you're
just-
full of self-hatred doesn't color this
Not
argument.
self-hatred. That's not. But I'll make sure I say black people the same way.
Well,
Just
how
that way
about
you
you
don't have to
just
be a
fuck
snowflake.
off? You trite,
Likewise.
self-important,
I was told to come
self-indulgent,
here.
fucking cunt of a person.
Are you sure
You
you're not feeling a
clearly
little bit of
are
white
a
guilt?
race baiter.
What have I
Are you
missed
No,
here
sure
now?
you're not?
clearly,
Are you sure you're not feeling a
clearly
little bit of
here
white
to
guilt?
strike racial division.
Are you
You
sure
hate
you're not
your own
feeling
damn
white guilt?
race.
Are you sure
You
you're not
hate
feeling
your
white
own
guilt?
damn race. I have nothing to feel guilty about. Fuck you.
Okay. You
Fuck
seem really
you.
triggered.
My ancestor doesn't come from slavery. You don't even know my culture. You don't.
Nikki,
you have
I'm sorry.
made
I didn't mean
the
to race
inference-
bait this guy, but
Hang on.
apparently I did.
You have made the racial inference that I am white.
You sound very white.
You have made the racial inference that I am white.
Honestly, it wouldn't
You
matter anyways.
self-loathing hypocrite.
Okay. It
You
wouldn't
don't
matter
know
anyways 'cause
anything
you
about
speak like
me.
you're super
What
white.
does
Fuck
it
so-
matter
knuckle.
if he's
Oh,
white,
fuck
yellow,
knuckle.
black, or
You don't
green?
know anything about me. Stop making these insulting presumptions. You're the
I did
racist.
ask you where you're from. And
The
that could've
reason
been
you
like,
have
damn.
so much
Like,
self-hatred
oh, by the way, I'm
is
black
because you
and
know
from-
you're a racist. Because you're the one with hate in your heart.
Why would you
You're a
want to say
fucking
well,
piece
you
of
sound
shit.
you sound like you're white?
Boot this cunt from your panel.
Like, this is
Boot this racial, racist, dividing
no one
cunt from your panel.
SJWs really like
Boot this
do
racist.
things too far.
Boot
This is
this
what it's like.
self-hating racist from your panel. Boot them. This person
John.
has nothing but hate in their heart. They hate themselves.
Sorry,
You're going
I've
to talk to
missed
me
some-
about fucking white guilt?
What
You don't
happened
even
there
know
then?
if I'm white, you cunt.
That is it. That I didn't like that when she said you sound like you're white. What the fuck does that
Absolutely
matter?
racist.
It doesn't
And then
matter
this is
whether
the same
he's
kind of
green,
person that
yellow,
wants to come
orange,
up
or
here.
pink.
See,
What
the
happened there?
implication,
What happened?
and
I missed that.
I
I
picked
missed
up on
what
it straight away.
happened.
The implication is that we're naughty little white people and we shouldn't be talking about this. Cunt,
Oh,
you
so
don't
that's-
even know where I'm from.
She
You don't know who's in my family, who isn't in my family, what my bloodline is, what my genetic heritage is, none of it. You heard my accent and you made certain inferences, didn't you, you racist cunt? You're the racist. And you hate your own people. And you hate black people too. You try to be a little liberal, talking on behalf of the minorities, talking down to them and sneering at them because you're a pompous twat. Fuck you with a passion, fuck you.
I missed that. What triggered this, Jeno?
I can't stand fake people, phonies. You want to come up here and pretend you're a liberal speaking on behalf of the poor, disenfranchised minorities while you admit you're a white person that hates themselves. Go fuck yourself. You don't
Well,
speak for anyone.
Melanie,
You don't speak for your
Melanie's been
own
on
race.
loads of
You don't
panels
speak for...
lately.
And again, that's a dude, by the way. Not that that matters.
She's transgender.
Yeah. So you even hate your own self to that point. You hate your own gender.
I'm
You hate your
respectful
own
enough
self.
to say
You're
that she
full of
no.
self-fucking-loathing and you try to spread it to the rest of the world. Don't you? You're sitting there probably jerking your little tiny dysfunctional cock right now because you made someone mad. Fuck you, you nasty piece of trash.
She's been on a lot of panels
No,
lately.
not
She seems to be
he.
everywhere.
It's been everywhere. Do you know what? I'm going to leave before I say something that gets me
No,
and your
no,
channel in
don't you
trouble.
dare
No, for
leave.
real, because I'm about
No.
to say some nasty fucking shit. I'm going to jump
Jeno,
off the fucking channel.
honestly,
Fuck that person.
don't go.
No. Sorry, Nikki, I'm going to jump down because anything I say next is probably going to land me in fucking jail. Fuck that person with a passion. You're nasty.
I need to watch back because I missed something then. Well, I let her up on you. I didn't expect it to go like this. I know she's been on every panel that I can think of, and I know she's been annoying a lot of people because she does come across as very condescending, a kind of know-it-all. But I thought I'll give her a chance, let her come up and debate with us what she thinks. What she who's being the most racist in that. I'm sorry I missed what she said, Jen, or I would have got rid of her sooner. Yeah, calm yourself down. Put you into your pillow. Yeah, that's what I do sometimes. Are you, Sean? Everybody seems to have the same opinion, Sean. That's why I let her up, yeah. Hiya, Mick. Jenno, I'm going to send you something on Discord. This will calm you down. Have a listen to this, what I'm sending you, and then you can come back on when you're nice and calm then. I've been told to ask to send you this. How do I do this now? No, I don't want to reply. I want to forward it. Why won't you let me forward it? Star, reply, pin, report. I can't send it to him. I want to send him something. It won't let me. Oh, maybe I can do it this way. It's good. I got a few Jeno. I don't know what you done to him, Melanie, but I think you're pissing a lot of people off, actually. What is this doing? I wouldn't say you won the argument at all, Melanie. What the fuck? I'm trying to send Jen or something to calm him down. Oh, he's back.
Hello.
You're back.
I'm calm.
Are you
But
okay
I,
now?
I also can't stand like cringy, hypocritical, sneering, self-indulgent people like that.
Is this the first time you've come across this Melanie?
Yeah, it is.
She's
Although
been on
rumor of
all.
what a twat they are precedes them.
She's been everywhere on Ruby's,
No, I'm not going to
all over
say
the Thorpe stuff,
she.
and she's been on
I'm going to refer
Grace's.
to it as it.
She's
Right?
been on Grace's channel.
Any creature that is so full of self-loathing, it denies everything about itself. Its
Yeah.
race, its gender.
What
You
did
can't stand yourself. You hate yourself. So everything in your worldview is colored by that nasty, bubbling, brewing self-hatred that lives inside you. That's what makes all your interactions with other human beings so negative. It's you. You're the common factor. We were having a nice conversation up here on this panel. We were having a nice old time. You came up here with the sole purpose of sneering and preaching and trying to imply what? That we're racist? You know nothing about me. You know nothing about Nikki. You know nothing about this country, clearly. You don't.
Nope.
I grew up in London, one of the most multicultural cities on the fucking planet. You know nothing about my heritage. I was born in this country. I'm not from
I
this
didn't
country.
like it when she said that you were white. What does that matter? You could be yellow, orange, purple, pink, or blue.
But
It shouldn't
am I
matter.
white? White people don't think I'm white.
Just
White
assume
people are always quick to
the
tell me
reason.
that. Oh well, I'm not quite white, am I? I'm olive skinned. I'm Mediterranean. I'm this.
I'm
I'm that. I'm the
see-through.
other.
You can see through me. That's how pale I am. Melanie makes 5th grade talking points and thinks it's clever.
They're not even talking points. They're little weird little sound bites that they heard someone else say and they don't even understand.
Oh, I got a nice bot in the chat.
See, you're up here white knighting for liberalism and pretending that you're some kind of.
Melanie? How can you actually say
sounds
somebody
white.
sounds white?
So if I had
What do I
pitch
sound
black,
like?
if I had pitch black skin, black as coal, and I still had this accent, would I be white? Have you not heard English people who are black? I'm not saying I'm black. I'm not saying I'm white. Maybe I'm some mysterious other in between. Does it matter? Does it matter where I'm from? Or do the words that I'm saying and the validity of what I'm saying count? See, that's what you came up here to dismiss. We were talking about something interesting and making good points. You didn't come up here and refute anything we'd said. You came up here to lecture everyone that we should all be full of self-hatred, and because we're nasty white people, we don't have the right to talk about these topics. Fuck you.
Capital letters, you
Fuck
sound
you.
white.
Fuck you. You can absolutely go fuck yourself. And you sound like a man. That's how I knew you were a man. If we're going to do the sounds like.
Yeah, that
You
would,
can put a
to
wig on
trans
and put
person, that
makeup
should
on
be
your face
offensive.
and wear pretty girls' dresses all you like. It doesn't change your DNA, doesn't change your chromosomes, does it? Doesn't change what you were born as that you hate. The thing that you hate. Yourself. So you try to spread that hate onto other people, don't you?
Gotta be honest, you good at this, Jeno.
I can't stand creeps like that. They're going to come up here and sneer and infer and imply because they don't have the fucking balls to say something outright because they know they'll be questioned on it and their bullshit will be refuted. I asked you for examples. You gave none. Pointed to some vague, hard to see background thing that we can't even understand because we're white, so our perception is tainted. Fuck you, I'm a human being. My perception is colored by my experiences of the world, not by my fucking skin tone.
Exactly, Jeno. I hate that. Despise her.
I come from a multicultural society and I'm proud of it. I know more people of more ethnic backgrounds than you would ever fucking believe and than you probably ever met in your entire fucking small town provincial fucking life. In the shit sticks nowhere fucking parts of Canada, wherever the fuck you hail from.
She's trying to be the most. She's going on all our channels, trying to act the most controversial.
Yeah, you're not an urban intellectual sophisticate. You're
Nobody
not.
knew about you, Melanie, until you
You're a
appeared
dummy
on.
who hates themselves. Remember that. Every time you talk to another human being, remember what comes first is your self-hatred. You hate your race. You hate your gender. You hate your personality. That's why you try to put on a fake personality. You hate everything about yourself. So next time you presume to open your mouth and talk to another human being, never mind lecture one of them, remember your high levels of self-hatred and sit the fuck down.
She's trying to come back up on the panel.
I'm going to tear 7 strips out of you if you do come up on this panel.
Go on, I let her up.
And this is exactly what cunts like this thrive on. They want conflict.
Yeah, what are you? She's what?
Little attention whore. Couldn't get any attention as a man, so I had to pretend to be a woman. Still can't get any fucking attention though, can you?
Here you go, Melanie.
Go on, speak, cunt. I grant you permission to open
You know
your
what a
foul mouth.
reactionary is?
Do you know what a cunt is?
Do you know what a reactionary is?
Do you know what a cunt is?
So he's not going to answer my question. Got
Do
it.
you know what a cunt is? You Furby cunt. Do you know what a cunt is?
By the way, just I'm going to blow your mind. I'm not actually a Furby.
You're a cunt. You're not actually in anything. You're not a man. You're not a woman. You're not white. You're not white. You're a nothing.
It doesn't even make sense, but you must
You're
like
just
being
a
wrong about me.
seething pool of
So,
self-hatred.
Melanie, you wrote in my private chat.
It's not Melanie.
I mean, I get
It's
to
not
be
Melanie, is
racist
it?
if
What's
he
your
gets
real
to
name?
be transphobic. I
Sorry
never
to
use
be
him
rude.
being
Sorry
transphobic.
to be
No,
rude.
I was saying about like
What's
if I'm
your
gonna
real
get
name?
kicked,
What's
then
your
why
real
is he
name?
getting
I don't
kicked for
pander
being
to
just as
people's
bad or
delusions.
whatever?
What's your real name? I'm not going to call you Melanie. What's your real name?
I'm not. I don't. Try
You know
to
the name that your parents chose for you? What's your real name?
So I'm just curious. Like, do you feel?
What's
like
your real name? Speak, demon. I'm calling you out. Speak.
What's your real
What's
name?
your real name? Speak, demon. Speak.
What's your real name?
What's your real name? My real name is John.
I don't believe you. Can you prove that to me?
I don't need to prove it to you. What's your real name, fake person?
Melanie.
No.
Okay.
That's a weird affectation you took to
This
hide
is
your
some
real
weird
self.
sophistry you're
That's
doing.
a weird affectation you took to hide your real hateful nature, your real self that you despise. What's your
You know
real
what
name?
race baiting is?
What's your real name?
If you don't answer, I'm just
What's your real name? I know what race baiting is. It's what you
Explain
came
it.
up here to do.
Yeah,
What
explain
is
it.
your real name? I'm not going to address a fiction. What's your real name?
Demonstrated that you don't actually.
What's your real name?
You accuse me.
I'm going to refer to you as cunt then.
White privilege
Since
as
you have rejected your true name, I'm renaming you. I
So
hereby
you think
dub
that
thee
discussing. So you think that discussing white privilege is race baiting?
cunt. You're a cunt.
Or was it when I said
You're
that?
a cunt.
that
No, you're
you
just a
talked
cunt.
in
I
a way
don't
that
talk to
sounded
cunts.
white, which was
I
just
don't
my
talk to
opinion.
self-hating cunts. You're wasting your time here, cunt. Attention-seeking whore of a cunt.
Also how you got mad at me.
Go away. No daddy's love for you
And
here.
then you acted like a victim.
I'm not your daddy. I'm not your daddy.
You're also not a real.
I'm not your daddy.
You're also not a real
Your
victim.
daddy.
You're not a
your
real
daddy.
victim. You're
not your daddy. I'm not here to play Notice Me Daddy games.
Actually,
Notice me, Daddy. Notice me.
What
Look,
was
I'm
your
wearing a
purpose,
dress, Daddy.
Melanie,
Notice
on
me.
coming up here? What was your purpose on joining us?
Being a cunt.
Oh, because I
To be
did
a cunt.
disagree with the idea. That
No, just to be a cunt. That's the only reason. To be a cunt.
he's not going to let me talk. He's
No, I'm not going to let you talk. I don't let cunts talk. Cunts don't get a voice.
Answer me a minute to why she came up here.
Because I think the topic is interesting, and I don't like Ben.
And you're a cunt.
Okay, that's your opinion, bro.
No, it's a fact. You're proving it.
I know you don't like Ben, but
Established fact.
it wasn't about Ben. It was about everybody on the panel.
Sure, I just don't know them all as much, except for I've seen like a minimal amount of chaotic truth. So I was hoping to respond to what they were saying in real time.
Something you know nothing about.
Okay, I've only prepped for
You've
multiple.
eliminated yourself from this debate by hating yourself, by hating your own race, by hating your own gender.
You don't eliminate
You're
yourself.
a non-person. You've invalidated your own humanity. That's why I'm referring to you as cunt.
But you don't.
I'm going to refer to you as it and as cunt.
You don't
invalidated your own humanity. You rejected everything real about yourself. You're just a cunt.
But you don't
just a cunt. No, you're just a cunt.
Literally not letting
no,
me speak.
Just a cunt. Just a cunt. Just a cunt on the internet. You're just a cunt on the internet. You're just a cunt on the internet.
Okay.
Why are you still here, cunt? You're just a cunt on the internet. What are you doing? No, cunt. I'm not going to let you talk. I'm going to talk over you. I'm louder than you.
Yeah, you act like
you're not a valid human being. You're not a valid human being. You're a non-person.
My behavior look sane.
You're not a person. You're not a human. You're not a person. You're not a person. You've rejected your humanity.
See, how could I be any worse?
You're
than
not
this
a
guy?
person. Why are you talking?
Nikki, I'm
Only
asking
people
you,
get
how
to
could I
talk.
be any worse than
You're
him?
not human. Stop. You're some weird, demonic, half-animal creature that has learnt to do a parody of human behavior. You don't exist. You're not real.
I love how he went from cry.
You hate yourself. Stop. I don't talk to people that hate themselves. Stop. La 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 la. Not listening. Hate yourself.
Is there like a trick?
I can't respond to self-hatred. Stop talking. Why are you talking, cunt? Why is it making noises in the microphone? Why has it learnt human speech? Why is it pretending to be human? No, seriously. Why is it talking?
Because I tried it once.
Seriously, why is it talking? Why is it talking? Why is it here? Why is it even here? Why does it exist?
Actually pulls it
It
off.
hates itself. Why does it persist living when it hates itself? Why?
Nikki, why do you still
What,
have him
why is it here? Why? Why? Why is it here? Why is it alive?
Jeno is on here. He's my co-host, Melanie.
Why does it continue to exist when it hates itself?
He is talking way too much.
How can a creature with so much hatred not off itself? How can it continue to exist? What is it even doing alive? These are the real mysteries, folks.
You want this person as your co-host.
What is this? Why are you talking?
Yeah,
why
is
it speaking? Why is it speaking? Why is it still here talking?
Why not?
Why is it making noises in my ears?
He's not done anything to me. He's been perfectly respectful.
I'm respectful to real human beings. Yeah,
something has
I don't respect creatures.
Yeah, you're just going to have to offend him once and he's going to act like this.
No, not at all.
Oh, okay. And you normally keep transphobes.
You know why? Because
you normally keep transphobes as co-hosts.
No, I have friends who are trans. You're not a real human being. You hate yourself.
I have black friends.
You hate yourself.
I have black friends. I have black friends. I have black friends.
I sat here right on this couch and interviewed a trans person from my real life, not from the internet, from my real life.
I have black friends.
I did that.
I have black friends. Are you going to respond to that?
Yes, and you're just a parrot. Oh, I have black friends line. Genius. You're so smart. That's going to burn me. That'll show me.
You have trans friends and you have trans friends and you have trans friends and
here, right on this very couch, and interviewed a trans person. Had a very great conversation with them. Do you know why? Because they did not lack humanity. You do lack humanity because you hate yourself. There's a difference. There's trans people who hate themselves, and there's trans people who are just trying to live and be happy.
Nearly as
You're the
racist as the
former.
guy with
You're the
trans
kind who hates
really
themselves.
funny.
You're the kind that do it for self-destructive reasons. Because you hate society, because it's your little rebellion against daddy, whatever your fucking bullshit reason is. Don't
And
care.
you're literally too afraid
You
of
have
hearing me.
invalidated your humanity. You hate
You're
yourself.
literally too afraid of
Stop.
hearing me.
You hate yourself.
You
Self-hatred.
lost
I'm
by
not even
being
listening to you.
no.
Don't you understand? I'm not even listening to the
You're
words.
losing by
I just
being
hear a
so
background noise of you talking. I
coward.
can't
A
even
lit-
hear the words coming out of your mouth anymore.
You know
I
what
don't
cowardice
care.
is?
I
Do
don't
you know what
care.
coward? Yeah, of
You're
course you
not an
don't.
important. You
You
don't
don't care
exist.
that you're being a
You're
coward right now.
nothing. You're a
Did you call
literal
me a
nothing.
narcissist?
You're
Did you
less
just call
than.
me a
Do you
narcissist?
understand?
Dude,
Less
this is the
than.
most
Do you
narcissistic
understand?
thing you
Less
could possibly
than.
do,
Do you
even if
understand?
you
Less
try.
than.
Okay,
Less than a
if
human
you're gonna
being.
call me a
Less
narcissist
than a
and a
person.
hypocrite, you are
Less.
you're
Less.
so
Do
fucking
you know
ironic,
why?
dude. The
Because
irony is
you
viewing
hate
as whole.
yourself. You hate everything about yourself. So all of your sneering little
Yeah,
tone,
bro.
lecturing voice,
I'm
I'm going
telling
to
him he's
talk
a
down to you in
self-hating
my little
coward
sneery
person.
little lecture tone. It doesn't mean anything because I know you
He would
hate
be
yourself.
10 times worse.
Of course, you're going to sneer to other human beings. You hate yourself.
At least I can
You're
actually handle
not
what
even
you're
a
saying
monster.
without
See,
me acting like a
monsters
little
have some
snowflake.
kind of persona, have some kind of personality. You're not even a monster.
At least I
You're
can
a
handle what you're
phantasm.
saying to me without me acting
You're
like
a
a little
ghost of a
snowflake.
human being. You're an empty shell.
At least
You're
I can
so
handle
full of
what you're saying to me
self-hatred
without
that
acting
you
like a little
empty out
snowflake.
anything
By
real
the way,
about
my
yourself.
audio is better than
You
yours. I'm always gonna
destroyed everything
power
real
you.
about yourself. Everything real. Anything that
Who
was
hasn't
you,
realized that my
you
audio is
have
inherently
disowned.
louder?
So why should I respect you when you have disowned your entire self? Why should I?
Because I haven't, and you're just
What
wrong.
you have though? You've rejected everything about yourself.
That's just
Everything.
finally able to use big boy
Everything.
words. Are you finally able to
Everything.
use big boy
I bet you
words?
even dye your hair color, don't
No,
you?
it's not. Damn it.
You not your natural hair color, not your natural gender. Don't want
He
to be the
loves
race you
being
are.
wrong about me. It's so funny.
Probably rejected any religion or faith that you were raised with. If you had, I doubt you had, because
You
you
need to
don't
be
sound
wrong
like you
about
have
me,
had.
dude. You need all these assumptions so badly. You're
But
just
they're
desperate.
right.
You're
But they're
desperate.
right. They're correct. They're not
Nope.
assumptions if they're
You're
correct.
desperate,
They're not
pathetic, little
assumptions
snowflake.
if they are correct.
Or else
And
your
I'm
world
correct.
just shatters.
Right, I've had
You
enough
have
of this now.
rejected everything about yourself. You're
He
not a
called me a
person.
cunt, and then
Why
what
are
has
you
he
here?
been this entire time?
Why are you here? Why are you here?
Bye, Melanie.
Bye, non-human. And back to the show. I'm sorry about that, folks. I don't mean to offend anyone. I
I
genuinely
don't
have
even
no,
understand what was the point of that coming back up on you.
just because it's in the human reaction. They want to parody being human by interacting with the real humans.
You're not gonna, you're not gonna be very well. You're not very well liked, Melanie.
I'd like to say this for the record. Genuinely, I have no issue with trans people. I sat here on my couch and I interviewed a
I had
trans
a
person
friend. I had a
from
friend
my
who was a
real
trans.
life. Someone I knew in real life. Got along with them fine, talked to them, had a great conversation. It's not
Yeah,
about them
but
being trans.
people like
It's
her
about
make
the
us look
self.
bad, though, don't they? People like her,
It's about the
know.
self-hatred. This person hates themselves and has invalidated their own humanity. I've said that 1,000 times. I'm not going to repeat it now.
Yeah. You're very good at picking up on people.
You
You're very,
can't throw away every part of yourself and expect other human beings to still respect you as a human.
yeah. Mick, don't time anyone out. Montario wasn't saying anything bad. He just said Melanie tries forcing the issue down your throat. That's the issue. Don't time anyone out.
Okay, just to close the topic, I will say this. If
You're
I
all
tomorrow
snowflakes.
dyed my skin a different color, started wearing clothes of the female gender, put on a nice long blonde wig instead of my graying, going bald black hair, yeah, rejected my name, rejected my culture, rejected my everything my family raised me with, right? Your family chose a name for you. They loved you. They cared about you. They gave you something. I reject all of that. And then I expect people to magically somehow respect me. What's
Yeah.
left of you? What's left of you to respect? You threw it all away. Nothing left to respect.
Race isn't the same as gender, you literal dunce. Really?
Say hatred. You don't understand self-hatred. Why do you think a racist is racist? They're not racist because they hate the person they're being racist against. They hate themselves. They feel inferior. So they attack. They attack others to make themselves feel better. Same reason you came up here on the attack with your sneering little voice, trying to make us feel some kind of. You even said white guilt. Why would I feel white guilt? My ancestors come from a place where there was no slavery, lived in the mountains, tiny little villages, never saw outsiders for hundreds and hundreds of fucking years. What guilt am I feeling? Systematic oppression? This system has never benefited me. It's never hindered me. Any privileges I have because of my family, not because of my skin tone, or because I'm white, or because I'm English, which I'm not even English. I live here. I was born here. I'm not genetically English. I'm an immigrant. Second generation. See, you make all kinds of inferences because you want to assume that everyone is the same as you, that they hate themselves too. And we don't. Some of us love. They just don't love you.
You got a lot of support in the chat, Jeno.
Because I think people are sick of this trying to trap people with your own fucking prejudices.
Yeah, to
They're
make you
your
look bad then.
prejudices. They're not mine. You came up here and assumed I was a racist. You came up here and assumed I was white. You came up here and... They're your assumptions, your misrepresentations of the world.
Oh, she's
And I'm not
reported me. She's reported me.
Well, that's pathetic. So again, you hate free speech. You hate... Again, I was going to say debate, but you don't get to speak. If you had the force of presence and you could have just raised your voice a little bit and made your point, waited for gaps when I pause for breath, that kind of thing.
Well, thank you for that, Melanie.
Which is what they wanted. Come up, cause a fake argument about something they probably don't even believe themselves. So someone can react to their little bullshit and then they can flag it. But all I did was tell the truth about you. So...
Christy Trimborn, I'm sorry if you were timed out. I got rid of the night bot now. Do you want to carry on with the chaotic truth thing or leave it?
I'm exhausted.
All right.
That was hard work.
Yeah, it is.
And it's personal to you. It's not about your gender. It's not about your race. That's the baiting politics that you do. I dislike you on a personal basis based on how you acted and how you conducted yourself and the obvious trap you tried to set for us. I'm allowed to not like you on a personal level.
That's what I was going to say, fed up Southern girl. Why are you still here if you're so offended?
And there's no trans hate going on. It's a personal
I just lost the channel, Melanie, so thanks for that. I've done fuck all to you. I'm the channel owner. I have not been transphobic.
Yeah.
So that's a false report you're putting in.
But of course, these people are led by their emotions. God forbid someone give them the emotional response they wanted. You clearly came up here with that purpose in mind.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to attack Nikki because I hurt your feelings. Makes sense. So this is what people with self-hatred do. Just attack.
You can't tell me what to do, Melanie, or who I have as a co-host on my channel. If you don't like him or don't like what's being said, then why are you still here?
You came here because we were having a good conversation, remember? One you wanted to derail. Well, mission accomplished. Well done, you did that. You did the one little thing you set out to achieve. Well done.
Don't worry, I'll let everybody know that she goes around fucking baiting people and then reporting their channel. I think I better give Grace a warning about her. That's her fucking thing. 'Cause that's what she's
It's the
doing.
highest level of snowflakery libtardery.
Yeah.
Can't win a real debate. Don't have any actual points to make. What were we supposed to do? Just agree with you? Yes, we're all naughty little white people. We should all feel white guilt for things that are nothing to do with us in this country.
You're right, Krusty. She is pissing a lot of people off on different panels.
Yeah, but these people thrive on being disliked. That's what it wants.
Yeah.
Remember when we were saying earlier on the show they've got nothing going on in their real life, no real emotion of any sort, so they'll even take an argument as a substitute just to feel something.
Yep.
Life devoid of feeling, meaning, purpose. This is your purpose?
She has been constantly for hours on different panels. Everywhere I checked out the channels I follow, she was there. And it was pissing me off because it's just she comes across as like one of those people that knows everything about everything. It's very condescending, speaks down at people.
You don't have a face. You can't
Went
say
to all
it to my face when you don't have a face. You disowned your face. You tried so hard to change your face. That's like Michael Jackson saying, say it to my face.
Sandra, you were my mod. Do what you gotta do with your spanner. You know, I won't go over your head, you know that.
You have a cartoon as your avatar, and you're too hideous to cam up. Look, I'm grey and grizzled too, going bald. Don't give a fuck. You hate yourself so much you won't even appear on the camera. So you don't get the right to say it to my face.
Weird. You got the goal to say weird. Incel behaviour, or you come on the
You don't
incel.
have a face. You hated your face. You disfigured your face.
Jeno has been
look
on
in the
many
mirror and
panels
you
on
don't
camera.
recognize. You look in the mirror and you don't recognize the face that's looking back at you.
Calling people snowflakes when you just flagged a channel because you
And
couldn't
if you're
handle it.
referring to me as being an incel, that's hilarious. I've literally worked my way through every female.
He is the biggest slut on fucking YouTube.
I'm the biggest slut on YouTube.
He is, honestly. That is true. He is the
I
biggest
didn't
slut
even
on
register
YouTube.
that comment might even be about me.
I even knew that before I even met him.
My looks don't matter. My looks don't matter. Even with this face.
What can she say about you? You're a good looking guy, for fuck's
Even
sake.
with this face, look, I'm grey. I don't bother to dye it. I don't bother to shave it. I'm going bald and no Rogaine, no trying to hide it, no comb over. I don't give a fuck because I love myself. I actually think I'm great. And other people do too. Doesn't matter what I look like. But to you, it matters. That's why you disfigured your face. That's why you rejected yourself. So you need to stop judging the world by your standards and you'd be a lot happier. I don't hit on people who aren't born female. You're going to judge me for my sexual persuasion now? Are you going to be...
Oh, here we go. How dare you say that, Melanie? How dare you say that?
You a heterophobe? Do you hate straight people?
Now you're being called an abuser.
You see how they always resort to the things that they're accusing someone else of. Accuse me of being sexist, makes a sexist comment. Accuse me of being racist, has a racist agenda. You don't get to talk about double standards. You don't get to say things like, say it to my face. You don't. Sorry, you have to earn those rights. A, by having a face. B, by having standards. You have no standards. If we have double standards, that means we have 3 times the standards you do. Because you have 0. Like, you're retarded. Stop. And you're still here hoping to engage in, hey, this is enthralling for you. This is your best day on the internet ever, isn't it? You finally got validated. Someone noticed you. Someone made you feel a feeling. Ugh.
I'm not allowing you back up on the panel, Melanie, so don't keep I'll just keep booting you
No,
off.
let them up. The fucking what could they possibly say at this point? Put your fucking hideous non-face on the fucking camera and make your best appeal to common sense.
Hit the link again, Melanie. I'll allow you back up.
You're going to win this argument now? Or are you suddenly going to magically turn this around and start making valid points when you've made none so far? All you can do is embarrass yourself further. All you can do is prove that you're seeking humiliation. That you're seeking abuse, if this is abuse. So go on, take the link. You want us to say something to your face, though? You got to show your face.
Yes, she is.
Here, it is. That's not a face.
How
That's a
dare
Furby.
I? How dare I? How dare I?
You can't
How
even do
dare
a
I?
correct
How
impersonation.
dare? How
This is low-tier
dare I?
trolling.
You seriously think you're being any better than me?
This is low-tier
Yeah.
trolling.
Yeah.
I told you the truth.
A lot
And that's
better than you,
Felix.
Melanie.
This is low-tier trolling.
Oops, I can't hear you.
You don't even have the balls to show your face.
You
And were
flag my
talking about
channel and then seek to talk to your abuser. Makes perfect sense.
So just to be
You're
clear,
just-
you
just
everything
an
you said you
attention
just
whore and
want
you
to
suck
be
at it.
true, right? Everything you said.
No,
you
listen,
can't
listen.
actually refute it because you want to be true, right?
You're just an attention whore and you suck
Okay,
at
I'm
it.
just an
The only
attention
kind of attention you can get is negative attention.
Okay, all the only attention I get is negative attention.
This is what
Come
you
up on
thrive on. You want
Come up,
This is
everybody
what I
wants you
strive
to
for.
come up, Melanie.
Yeah, listen
What
to you.
what what
Now you're
what,
being
which of these
childish and
things about me
disparaging.
would you like to be wrong? Because you're pretty wrong, and I don't
Disprove
feel like me
anything I
telling
said.
you that you're
Disprove
wrong
anything.
is a
Pick
good
one.
thing.
Pick
Hey,
one.
aren't you
and
tired,
prove
Melanie,
anything.
of all the panels you've been on and hours of speaking? Aren't you tired at all?
Do you want anything you've said to
course
be
it's not
wrong, or do you just want to keep saying it like it's true? Because you're incredibly wrong, and that should be good news.
Non-human with no face who wants to pretend to be a Furby and pretend to be other
Yet I
things.
can use logic better than you.
Refute one single thing I've said. Pick one of your choosing.
Okay,
and
yeah,
refute
I
what
haven't dyed my hair.
You haven't dyed your hair. Well
No,
done.
I don't like.
That's the only one you
Why
could
did you need that to be true?
refute.
I've seen Melanie on camera. I know what she looks like. She got long hair.
I haven't dyed my hair. That's your refutation.
Well, we're starting simple because I don't know if you can handle the more complex stuff.
Oh
The next
yeah.
more
Now
complex would be
When
I'm
was
not a
that,
race baiter, and I
Snail?
don't
When
really
was
know what
that?
that is.
Question,
The more
sure.
complex thing would be I'm not a race baiter, and I don't think.
Let's
you
When
know
did you
make
make
that
Ben
common.
lose his shit, Melanie? Somebody said, I will say Furby made Ben lose his shit, and that was based. When was that?
When I said he sounded white, because he kind of sounds like a white person.
Look at what you've
No, I'm talking about
chosen as your
Ben Thorpe.
Oh,
a
Ben
default
Thorpe.
toy that
When I
everyone
told him he
thinks
was
that-
abusive, and I asked him about the video where he kicks Grace.
Oh, there's
Ben lost his shit. I haven't seen that.
there's an original thought. Ben is abusive. Wow. Did you come up with that all by yourself?
I'm just gonna say yes because it sounds like you want it to be true.
I
You're
think
not-
you've got a thing for
You're
Jeno,
just proving
Melanie.
you're
You
not
know.
trusting. You're not giving human
I mean,
responses.
this is how it
You're
starts.
not-
This is the
it's
budding.
just more
of the
sneering and
relationship.
condescension. You don't even know how to pretend to be human.
Okay.
It's
I
pathetic.
don't know how to pretend to be
You can't-
human.
No, it's a weird bad affectation. Just like
It's
your
a weird
female
bad
voice
affectation.
is a weird bad affectation.
It's a weird
Yeah, because this is how women
No, no,
talk.
no.
Apparently,
Yeah,
according
it's
to
not
you, and this is just talking. If I just talk like this, I'm a woman now.
I just talk like this. I'm a woman now. Yeah. Okay. Okay. No, I don't think it's that
No
simple.
femininity there. What's
I don't
wrong
think
with you?
I don't think it's that simple. It's more like I can't identify as a man.
Was the voice you were going for middle-aged yenta?
When I've done multiple
nailed
voices.
it. That's not your real voice. That's an
No, yeah,
affectation.
I had to train my voice. It's still.
Yeah, I had to train my voice,
using my
and that's
real
the one
voice.
you went with, and that's the one you went with that you
I'm
thought
using my-
sounded like
I'm
a
using my
human
vocal
female.
cords. But see, like I'm using.
That's the one you decided to go with. That you decided sounded like a human female, right?
Wait, okay, so let's get into like natural ranges here. Do you agree that somebody has more than
I'm a
just
sound
one
engineer,
voice
and I
that they-
specialize in recording human voices.
Yeah, so
Don't
people have a
lecture me
let's start
about
with twang.
ranges.
Let's start with
Stop.
tone and twang.
Stop with
Right?
the condescension. Do you understand? No, we're not continuing the
Oh, right. You
conversation
can only you
until
can.
we address
Get
that
this.
shitty little behavior pattern that
Sorry,
you
I
have when you
forgot
try
only
to
you can be
condescend to
condescent.
people.
I'm really
Oh,
sorry.
let's just talk about like I don't have a fucking clue on the subject.
Oh, no,
You
I have a
happen to
clue on
be
the
talking
subject
to a
too.
sound
We both know
engineer.
what-
A
we
sound
both-
engineer.
Exactly. We
A
both know
sound
what a-
engineer, and you're going to lecture me now about ranges of human voices.
Yeah, and
Are
we
you?
both know what a Fourier transform is, so we
Are
can
you?
we don't have to talk about that.
So-
So let's.
So shall I just say one word to you then?
You have like the
Soprano.
worst co-host for guests. I swear to
Falsetto.
God. This
Those
is
are
not
two
how you
musical
interview a
terms.
guest.
So you
Or debate.
can't even do a good impersonation.
What am
What
I
are
doing
you?
an impersonation
What are
of?
you? What even are you? Of a female. You're a female impersonator, are you not?
Honestly, when I come on here, like I'm not trying to be female. I'm just trying to use words
What words? To say what? To achieve what end?
to debate.
You're saying nothing. No, it's
word
word salad.
now.
It's you having a shitty personality and a condescending attitude and throwing word salad at people. You're not saying anything. Are you under the misapprehension that you're actually communicating?
Are you under the idea that you don't have a shitty attitude?
Misapprehension is the word you're looking for. You can parrot the word.
Well, I wasn't trying to parrot you there.
But you can. It's fine if it's the right
I
word.
don't front like that and use words that are bigger
If
than what I
it's the
normally use.
appropriate word to use, then you
I
can
don't
say what I just said.
normally use words that are bigger than what I normally use. You can do that if you'd like.
It's called having a vocabulary.
Yeah, and I tell people to pick up a
And you
thesaurus
clearly
all the time.
because you struggled to repeat a word that you just heard.
No, I just chose a different word.
You just chose a different path because you're the contrarian. You always choose
You're
different
such a
paths. don't you?
sophist. This is incredible.
Sophist.
Yeah, you're doing
Define
sophist.
the word sophist. I know what it means, but go ahead. Define that word for me, please.
Define sophistry?
Yes, define sophistry for me. You used it. I assume you can define it.
Someone
Don't-
who uses
don't Google it.
tree and linguistic holdups to debate nothing. That's like a personal definition, by the way. That's when I call someone a sophist because
You don't get
we're
to
technically
do
all
personal
sophists.
definitions. What's the dictionary definition? You know, the established thing that every other
Well,
human being goes
since
by.
you're going to tell me I'm wrong if I don't do it word for word, I clearly have
No,
to.
no, no. What word for word? You can paraphrase, but give me the dictionary definition.
No, I don't trust you at this point. The use of fallacious
Because you can't. Because you have this weird, twisted version of events in your fucking head that you think is real. That's my self-defined reality. Fuck off.
So, did you have an intent of deceiving people when you lied about me dyeing my hair?
Fuck off.
Did you have an intent of
I
deceiving?
don't talk to
Smelling
disingenuous.
you flirting now.
Disingenuous cunt.
Why can't your co-host
What
you
does
answer
colour
my
have to do with it?
questions?
It was clearly a stupid example of all the many things you hate about yourself.
so were
I
you
was
trying to
right
tell
about
me
every
also?
other single one,
So I
wasn't
guess
I?
yes.
So I
guess
got the
that
hair
means
color
yes.
wrong, and you're
I guess
going to
that-
harp on that now because
I'm
now
going to assume
that's
that means
a
yes because you won't give me a
is it?
direct answer. And
I'm
so assuming
answering
that
your
yes,
question,
but
and you're
also-
talking over my
But
answer like
no.
a condescending
Is it yes or
cunt.
no? Is it yes or
I'm
no?
answering you.
So then it's no because
The
you're mad that I
hair
said it's no.
color was an aside. Every other fucking aspect I gave you about rejecting your real self was accurate and true. But you're harping on the one that happened to be wrong because
Except
it
when you
suits
said I
your
was
little
racist.
narrative, doesn't it? It suits your agenda that I was wrong, but I nailed every other fucking thing.
Except when you said I was
hate
racist.
yourself. You hate your face. You hate your religion. You hate your culture. You hate your color.
Except
Every
when you said
single
I was
one of those things is
racist. When I said I
true.
was racist.
You've done everything you can in your power to not
Why
be
He
your
talks about
real
himself
self.
so much.
To
Like, holy
not
shit.
be your real self. But no, he got the hair color wrong, so you're
So
a fucking retard.
you were wrong about me when you
Stop,
said I was
stop
race based.
with your condescending. Stop. I'm not going to address anything you say unless you take that
know.
goddamn condescending
the worst
tone out
person
of
to
your voice.
talk to
You
ever.
don't get to condescend when you are wrong.
But you
You
get to
only
condescend
get to be
even though you're wrong about
condescending
me race
when you
baiting.
are smarter than the other
You get to
person and
condescend
you
even though
are
you're
right.
wrong about me race baiting. But just to be clear, you get to condescend even though you're wrong about me race baiting.
I was absolutely 100%
No, you
correct.
weren't.
You wanted us to sit up here and go, yes, white
So,
people are bad.
Let's come to a common
Oh,
definition of race
white
baiting. Let's
guilt,
decide if I
yes.
was actually
There is
trying.
systemic racism, yes. Oh, we're all
Let's come
guilty.
to a common
That's what
definition
you
of race
wanted,
baiting.
wasn't it? That's
And
what
let's
you wanted.
decide
Be
if I was
honest.
actually trying.
Are you going to
So
be
my
honest and
definition
answer
of
my
race
question?
baiting would be to try
You're
to
just talking.
invoke
Now you're blah, blah, blah,
racial
blah, blah, in the
hatred
background.
or
Answer
racial
my question.
prejudice
Hey, fuck
to
knuckle, answer my question.
cause people to react in a way that
I'm
manipulates.
not going to listen to a word you say until you answer my question. I will
Pretty
do
sure
the
you're
same shitty
afraid
thing
of
that
this
you are
word
doing, and I will
prejudice.
talk over
You know
you.
you're wrong.
You can talk in the background. I am much louder, so I will be in the
Five times now.
foreground. Do you
First time
understand
you're
the word
avoiding it.
foreground? No one in the audience can hear you right now. I'm the only voice they can hear. So do you want to
Okay.
answer my question?
So I'm pretty sure you're just
Blah,
avoiding.
blah, 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 blah. I'm just going to talk
I
over
brought it
you.
up
You're not
5
answering my
times.
question. Do you want to answer my question?
You're not escaping the allegations that you're
Do
just
you
avoiding.
want to answer my question, or do you
No,
want to be drowned out by a much louder voice? I can do
I'd
this
love
all
to be
day.
drowned out by your insecurities.
My insecurities.
Yeah, you're acting
Define
really
my
insecure.
insecurity. Yeah, show
You're
me an
acting
insecurity.
incredibly insecure.
While I dominate this conversation, you show me an insecurity.
Just because you can be louder and
You
more
can
annoying
say
doesn't mean you're
insecurity doesn't make it so. Give
Just
an
because you
example.
can be louder and more
An
annoying doesn't
example.
mean you're dominating a
An
discussion.
example. An
Yeah, so
example
for
of
example, I'm trying to talk to
insecurity.
you about race baiting. You're too scared. You're not
Yes, I'm
dominating that at
explaining
all.
to you why you were race baiting. You came up here wanting us to all agree that systemic racism is real and we're all white, so we're guilty too, didn't you? That
No, I
was the
didn't say
race
that.
baiting.
I didn't say that second part.
That's exactly what you fucking
said
wanted.
systemic
That was
racism
the
is real.
exact sneering
What did I
implication
say
you
was
made
real,
from the
Bill Bill?
second.
Give
I
me a
nailed
timestamp.
it from the second you came up here, and I
You're
let
lying
you
about
talk.
what I said. You're
I
lying
let
about what
you
I said.
condemn yourself. People
Literally
can
lying.
rewind the
You're
show and
literally
watch it.
lying. Yeah,
If
let's
you
do it.
don't
Let's do
flag
it. Let's
it,
rewind it.
people
What's the
can
timestamp?
rewind and watch what happened.
Yeah.
I
So
let you speak. I
found
let you
time for
condemn
when I
yourself with your stupid self-hatred words.
I said
And
maybe
then I
you have white guilt.
responded when you tried to make me guilty by association.
Well, no, you act
When
like
you
you have a
presumed
bit of
my
white
race was
You-
when I told you to go fuck
You
yourself.
act like you're
You
reactionary with white
presumed
guilt.
I'm a racist little white
I
boy.
think I was right.
That's what you presumed, and that's when I
Still
corrected
not
you.
escaping the allegations that you are reactionary with white guilt.
I'm not even white.
You okay?
What you're
You
saying
went on
doesn't
cam,
make
bro.
sense.
Bro, you just went on cam. Shut the fuck up.
There's
I don't care.
like
I don't
some
care if
white
you're
people too.
15%
There's
Moroccan or
black
whatever.
people
You
who are
clearly
like it.
benefit as a white passing person with white privilege.
Do I? I
Stop
clearly.
Stop
So you're
pretending.
going to make
Stop
inferences
pretending.
about
Stop
my life.
pretending.
You
Stop
know nothing
pretending.
about
Stop
my life.
pretending. Stop
What
pretending. I
benefits?
can project
No,
my
no, you
voice.
can talk and be a
Oh,
dick.
don't!
Give me an
Oh,
example.
I will
Give
because
me
you're a
an
bunch of
example.
cowards.
I've benefited from my skin tone. Give me an example. When? Show
Why
me
are
an
you
example.
so nasty?
Know so much
I'm
about
not
my
the
life.
one
Tell
being
me when
nasty.
I've benefited from being
Literally
white.
tone deaf if you think your co-host is winning this debate.
Tell me when I have
Oh,
benefited from
Jenna
being white.
wins every
Since you're an
time.
oracle of
Yeah, keep
all
telling yourself
truth,
that. This guy wins?
do you want
Yeah.
to tell me?
You're part of a fucking snowflake crew then.
You're too retarded to know you're losing this argument, but
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
I
That's
can't
okay.
believe you're reporting me, and
What's
I'm
fine?
still allowing you to speak.
Yeah, because honestly, like someone's gonna do it eventually. I'm just making the
You just
inevitable
made,
happen
you
faster.
just made a
No, no,
false
we
claim.
in the communities that we
Cyberbully
live, we don't
trans
do that
people.
to each
You
other.
literally let your co-host cyberbully trans people because you're bad at this.
Oh, really?
Bullshit.
And you came
Bullshit.
up here to
Wrong on
I,
expose
I,
me
I will
because
be
I have
warning
the
Don't be
Grace
reputation.
and
wrong on
Ruby
here.
that
You take up
you
space.
like to
You're
report
useless.
people.
All you do is waste the time of people who want to make
Stop.
the world a better
It's
place.
pathetic. Your wormy words don't count here. They don't work
Oh,
on
now you
normal
finally
human
What,
figure out
what,
how
beings.
to get
what
closer
were
to
you
your
doing
They
on this
only
channel,
work on
Olivia? It was none of your
people like
business,
you,
Melanie.
on
You invited me
subhumans
on
like
here.
you. To show your
Yeah,
face,
but I
which you
didn't.
didn't
Yeah, I
do.
know
You
because
said,
I
"Oh,
thought I
I'm
let her have
scared."
a chance. She's been on
Too
everybody
scared to
else's
even
channel.
stand
I
up.
let her. I didn't think this was going to happen.
Yeah, because you haven't judged the fact that your co-host is a reactionary who can't be around a leftist without breaking down into a crybaby
So
tantrum.
now you're presuming my political persuasion too. I'm a
Demonstrate
conservative.
it. You
I'm an
demonstrate it with the
ultra
bullshit you
conservative.
say. Take some fucking accountability for
I'm
your
a
actions. You
centrist,
fucking
I'll have you
fool.
know. I'm a
Fucking
centrist.
child.
I'm a very slightly right-leaning centrist.
You're a very bad centrist if that's the case.
I worked for Greenpeace in the past.
Oh my god, you're so good at virtue signaling and you have trans friends too.
I worked for charities. I
Oh my
believe in
god.
social health care.
Oh my god, yet you still speak like a reactionary at the end of the day.
But you're the one making the presumptions and claiming that you're the one being oppressed.
I'm not presuming when
You're
I
the one
purchase it.
stereotyping.
I'm
You're the one
recalling from memory.
stereotyping.
It's not a
You're the
presumption.
one
It's all
stereotyping.
from memory, you
And you want
ignoramus.
to presume you're oppressed. You've presumed my race. You've presumed my political persuasion.
How
You've
is
presumed my
recalling how you
nationality.
behave from memory being presumptive?
Because the things you've said about them are wrong. So you presumed them. Not only did you presume them, you presumed them wrongly.
Wrong about me as well.
I'm not a
Fantastic.
conservative. I'm not white.
Yeah,
And
you
I'm
speak
not
like one.
British.
Yeah, you speak like you are, and yet
You're
here you
judging a
are.
book by its cover. You're stereotyping. That's exactly what stereotyping is.
Okay, like you
You're
stereotype trans.
profiling me.
You stereotype trans people.
You're
Thank you.
profiling me because that's
of
what
it.
apparently that's what white people with self-hatred do. You're
We're
profiling
both
me.
hypocrites. That's so weird.
But you're the one up here profiling me.
I'm just responding in kind.
Okay.
You're not. You're profiling me. You're assuming. You're sneering. You're being condescending. And when I reciprocate in kind, you don't like it. And I'm reciprocating in kind to make the point that you are doing these things.
Okay, let's get back to the timestamp you can't provide of me saying you should be guilty for being white. Let's go to that.
The video is still up.
Let's find
People
it.
can watch this. Do you understand how videos work? They can go to the start, they can press play, and it will play in chronological order.
Yeah, and we
The
can do that
sequence
here.
of events will then magically transpire in front of their eyes in the order that they happened.
Why are you afraid of doing that here and us finding the timestamps in real time?
Why don't you do it then?
Okay. Well, no, I can't find a negative. I can't find something I didn't do because the answer is there is no timestamp for that.
You can say, this is where I appeared, this is where I disappeared, and in between nothing happened. Of course you can do that.
There'll be loads of clips made out of this anyway.
Of course you can do that. What are you talking about? Now magically I have powers that you don't have. Is this my white privilege I've heard so much about? That I have some magic video editing powers?
If I do that, are you going to engage with good faith on this topic, or are you just going to find another way to
I will obliterate you when I can point to the exact moment when you made that inference. Yes.
Thank you for being honest.
As soon as it comes up on the clip, I'll go, look, there you go. That's where you did it.
So start the video at basically negative 37:45 because that's how.
Do whatever the fuck you like if you think this is going to help you somehow. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to stop you making a fool of yourself.
You just said we're going to point to it and you're going to talk about it, right?
We can do that. We can point out from your very first sentence.
I've been recording
Before you even play the clip, I want to remind the audience, right? I'm going to give them some key points to listen out for. Your very first sentence, your very introduction to your very you're not going to let me speak because you know what I'm about to say.
You gotta poison the well because you're insecure.
Your very
you gotta poison the well because you're insecure.
Your very
you gotta
first
poison the well because you're insecure.
The groundwork. So listen out for that, audience. From the
why
very
do I get all the fucking crazy people on this channel?
Because you have no judgment. You have really poor judgment if you do it all.
I know the audience can hear me, even if the crazy person on panel is ignoring me. I want you to note, audience, their very first sentence and the tone it sets for the future conversation. Because I remember, I do have recall. So go ahead, find that clip.
I don't think you actually do remember that. I think
no, go ahead, find that clip. Go ahead. I'm going to point out to you in excruciating detail what a condescending cunt you are.
And you started accusing me of something I didn't do, so that way you could be a crybaby.
Like I said, go find the clip, play the clip, and I'll go play by play with you. I'll break it down frame by frame for you.
Are you a real victim?
You're the one claiming to be a victim.
Are you a real victim? I'm asking you.
I'm not a victim of anything. What are you talking about? I never used the word victim.
You acted like I was so mean to you and all this stuff. That was pretty.
No. You were condescending, and you had a political agenda, and you had a race-baiting agenda.
Oh no! Somebody
was snarky and sneering, and when I pointed that out, you didn't like it, and things escalated, didn't they?
Right, but you didn't do anything to escalate by talking over me, bringing up my transness or anything
after you'd been a complete and utter twat. Yes, of course I did those things. We can all watch the chronological order, like I said, the chronological order in which things
over me right away.
I talk over everyone, including Nikki, and it's her channel.
You're that way, aren't you?
No, I'm just verbose.
No. You're just afraid of letting anyone who's smarter than you talk.
I let everyone talk when they have something to say.
So have you ever been tested for narcissism?
You're talking now, by the way.
Have you ever been tested for narcissism?
I invited you back up to talk.
Jeno is definitely not a narcissist.
And you're an expert in this.
I would suspect, I've not been tested, but I would suspect I'm more prone to egomania than narcissism.
Why is that?
Because I'm an egomaniac.
So an egomaniac can still be narcissistic. Narcissists are egomaniacs.
There's some overlap, sure, but I don't think I have the narcissistic tendencies. You may infer that and imply that, and sure, if you have any examples, bring them up.
But there's no inverse transduction.
It's all about how you see the world with you, isn't it? It's not about reality. It's not about objective truths. It's about your feelings. I feel like a narcissist to you, so I must be one, right?
I said something you disagree with, and you're already acting like
I feel like a narcissist, so it must be true.
That's not what. Okay, cool. What I'm
feel
saying
like a narcissist to you, so in your little subjective reality, I'm a narcissist. Sure.
All narcissists
subjective. Do you understand the difference between subjective and objective?
So again, you made a fallacy. I'm just trying to stop you from being a sophist and making fallacious arguments. cool. It's not just overlap. It doesn't work both ways. All narcissists are basically egomaniacs, but not all egomaniacs are narcissists, right? So what I'm trying to determine is what, like, the real distinction is that narcissists will act
Do
out.
you know how Venn diagrams work?
Narcissists will primarily act out in aggressive ways when they
You just told me there was no overlap, and then you told me the overlap. Do you understand how Venn diagrams work? Do you
overlap, like you said, it both
sections?
ways. I said, you said it's an overlap. I said all narcissists are egomaniacs, but not all egomaniacs are narcissists. Those are two different statements.
Let's go 1 point at a time, because
Give it
you're
time.
struggling.
Just think about it.
You're
Give it
clearly
time to think
struggling
about it,
to
you'll figure it out.
understand. Yeah,
Give it
now you're
time
doing the whole
to think about it,
condescending thing
you'll
and
figure it
pretending
out.
it's you who doesn't get it.
Give
You
it
understand how
time
Venn
to think
diagrams
about
are?
it,
You
you'll
remember in
figure it out.
school when they did the thing with the 2 circles? And one
Yeah,
circle
I know what a
had the
Venn
things in
diagram
it,
is.
and
Yes,
the
I know
other
what a Venn
circle had the
diagram is.
things in it, and there was a little bit called the intersection where those 2 circles overlapped, and they had some of the same things
You're
in
not
them.
being condescending right now, right?
No, I'm not being condescending. No,
I was worried there because you could have
no, I'm
fooled me.
not.
You could have
Are you
fooled me.
picking up on condescension? Oh, I'm sorry you feel that way.
So
Feelings.
going back to the
It's more
difference,
feelings,
if you
isn't
want
it?
to talk about the
Do you
difference between
understand?
Venn
Do you
diagram
understand? You remember the Venn
transverse
diagram, right?
and
So do you understand when I said there's some
inequality.
overlap?
If you
I
want
was
to talk
literally
about the
referring
difference
to
about
the
Venn diagrams and transverse inequalities, that's your prerogative. I was trying to finish my statement about narcissism. Are you
But you're
secure
piggybacking
enough?
on what
Are
I
you
said,
secure
trying to
enough
make
in your
it wrong.
identity to let me
You're
finish?
adding
Are
things
you
to what I said
secure
that I
enough
didn't
in your
say and trying to make
identity
it
to let?
wrong. See,
Are
I'm
you
calling
secure
you out
enough?
on your bullshit.
No,
I said
tell me
overlap
that.
because I literally meant an overlap, like a
And
Venn
you're wrong.
diagram.
That's not actually how it works.
But there is an overlap. I could
Somebody's
draw that
asking,
diagram
how
for
old are
you
you,
right now.
Melanie?
Yeah, you're being super pedantic.
Melanie, how
No,
old are
you're
you? Someone's
nitpicking.
asking how old you are.
100 years old. I'm
Old.
100 years old.
I'd say
Old.
you were 20.
I'm 32.
5?
I'm 32.
Old.
32.
In trans years,
You
that's
really?
like 60.
Anyways, going back to what I was saying, the distinction between a narcissist and an egomaniac is that the
Stop
egomaniac
pretending
can
you're an
control
intellectual.
themselves when they feel
Please stop.
threatened.
Stop with the tone. Stop, so I can stop. Because I'm only being condescending
Okay,
because you
I'm
are.
just trying to finish
Stop
what I'm saying.
the fucking tone. No,
You should
stop.
stop cutting me
'Cause
off.
it's
I'm not going to stop
impossible.
until you stop cutting me
It's
off.
tedious to fucking
You
listen
make
to.
too
Do
much.
you not
You make too
understand?
much.
You
Do
have
you
the
not
best
understand?
co-host,
It's
which
tedious to
definitely makes
listen
it
to.
easier for
I
your guests.
can't listen to what you're saying if it's all done in this sneering tone where you just have to
maybe
accept,
mute
all
me.
right, and I'm
Maybe
wrong.
just mute me then. Mute me.
Make
Stop
a
listening.
fucking point.
Cover
Just
your
say
ears.
it.
Just cover
Say
your
it
ears.
without
When I was 4,
condescension,
I learned
so
how to
I can
cover
respond
my
to you
ears
like a
and make
normal
sound,
fucking
but
human.
this guy still hasn't figured it out.
So I can respond to you like you're a person instead of just a
Okay.
sneering cunt.
I can't
Just
respond to
say
you like
what
a
you're
person
fucking
because
saying.
most people cover their ears when they don't like a sound, and you seem
I'm
to.
going to be condescending back. You
Okay, cool.
understand? If I
Okay,
hear that tone in your voice, I'm just going to
cool.
I'm parroting your behavior. You're
Okay,
too
cool.
stupid to
So
notice
you'd rather
that.
I talk like
You're
this,
too
right?
stupid
You'd
to
rather I
notice
talk
that.
like this, right?
You're
You'd rather I
too
talk like
stupid
this.
to notice
You'd rather
that
I
I'm
talk like this.
parroting your
You'd
behavior.
rather I talk
You're
like this.
objecting to
You'd
your
rather I
behavior when
talk
you see
like
it mirrored
this.
back at you.
You'd rather I talk like this.
When I mirror
Wow.
your behavior back to you, you find it objectionable. Don't you find that odd?
Rather I talk like
I'm
this.
just acting how you're
You'd
acting.
rather I talk like
You
this.
condescend, I condescend.
Rather I
You
talk
overtalk,
like
I
this.
overtalk.
So you'd rather I talk like. See, I'm already
Don't get
back to
it,
what
do
it
you?
was before, and you still
So
haven't
you're
answered.
so lacking in
You
self-awareness that you
to
can't
talk.
even understand. I'm triggering you by being you, by doing what you do.
Okay.
It's
So
yourself you're
I'm trying to
objecting to.
finish my statement
It's
about
yourself you're
right.
objecting to. So you
Maybe-
cut the sneering tone out of your voice, and I will too.
So I'm
You
trying
stop being condescending, and I'll stop being condescending. But you don't know how to do that, do you? You don't know how to be a real human being.
Okay, cool. So with narcissism, we see that people cannot handle.
You know what?
being
Fuck
human.
off. I'm not talking to you. Just talk to yourself. I'm actually taking my headphones off now.
Thank you.
No. You can't take the tone out of your voice. You can't do it.
So,
it's impossible.
You know, you're afraid of letting me say this.
Can't. It's not afraid. You can misframe it as that. I'm literally cringing at the sound of your voice right now. Do you understand? As a human being to another human being. And I'm going to pretend you're human for a second. Yeah, let's just assume you have some vestige of humanity still left in you. Do you understand what it's like to hear another human voice and just cringe at the fact that they're even talking? I'm not scared of you. You're not saying anything that I'm worried about. It's that fucking condescending tone. And when I parrot it back to you, you fucking hate it too. So I know you find it objectionable. You hate yourself and you're trying to make me hate you too. I'm just not going to listen. Keep hating, keep talking, say whatever the fuck you like. It's just going to be words in the wind.
Another example of you needing to be wrong about me. I don't hate myself. Where do you get this idea from?
You have rejected every aspect of your personality. Of course you hate yourself.
I'm
You
not
had to
literally
train
just my
your
dick and
voice
balls,
to
bro.
sound
Dude, I'm
different.
not just my dick and balls.
That's
I don't
self-hatred.
identify with my genitals. Okay, is that okay? Okay? Is
Self-hatred.
it okay?
It's
Is it
not
okay?
just the
Is it okay?
genitals. See
Is it
how you're
okay? Is it okay that I don't identify with my genitals? Is it
hyperfixated on that?
okay that
Did I
I don't
mention your genitals?
identify? Can you not
Did I
answer?
mention your genitals, you weird freak? You're hyperfixated on that. You've
So you
rejected
let
every
go.
aspect of
What
your
else am I letting
personality.
go of?
The
What else
initial one that gave me the
have
clue
I let
was
go of?
when you
What else
rejected
have I
your
let go of? Use your
whiteness.
big boy words and say, what else have I let
Whiteness.
go of?
Whiteness was the first big clue, because
No,
that's
I'm
what you
still
came up
white.
here doing,
I'm still super
race
white.
baiting. Then I
Yes,
identified the
race bait.
secondary and
You're using
tertiary
that wrong.
characteristics.
You use the word race bait wrong. You're wrong about me
Fuck
being
the
self-hating.
fuck
I
off,
still
you
believe that I'm
condescending
white. I
cunt.
don't feel
You
guilty
use the
about
word
it.
wrong. Who do you talk to in your real
Everyone
life that
constantly
tone
speaking in
works on?
stereotypes.
Seriously, who do you talk to in your real life that shitty tone works on?
Nikki, how can you
You
have
must have
a mod?
zero positive
Oh, you're
interactions in your
such a
life.
hypocrite and so
Seriously,
lacks self-awareness
seriously,
so badly.
dude, mister, you need to stop, mister. You need to stop.
He's just misgendering me, and then you
Mister,
expect
you need to stop. Sir,
YouTube. You're an
I'm
idiot.
asking you kindly, please stop.
You
Sir, stop.
can't have it both ways.
Stop, sir. Stop.
You can't have it both ways.
I need you to be a man and man up about this and just stop being a child.
I'll stop
Likewise.
singing now.
Likewise, Jeno.
No. Man up about it, sir. Please.
Likewise.
The world's not going to pander to your delusions. The world's not going to see the world through your weird little fairy-colored, rose-colored glasses. It's just not. Sorry, just because you live in a little bubble world of make-believe and feelings doesn't mean the rest of the world has to comply. No, I reject your premise.
Okay. Do you want to try not talking over each other for once? Actually, I would like that.
You want to try actually fucking off for real?
Yeah,
like
it's
seriously, no one here wants to talk to you. Why are
really
you here? Do you actually want to fuck the fuck off? Find someone who is like you to talk
If
to.
you can't see this, you actually are just like purposely blind. Like you're like the monkey see no evil thing, and you just don't want to be wrong. I don't know how you could be any more delusional.
It's still talking, folks.
Yeah, I have a lot to
It
say.
has no self-respect. It has no self-worth. It wants to be a victim and strike channels and claim it's being abused, but it just wants to be here and blather.
I'm still not going to be the only person who struck your channel there. Like there are way more people than me in this world with a conscience.
No, this is my channel. This is my channel.
This is a matter of conscience to you.
Making content that isn't TOS.
It's conscience, yes.
It's
your social
crybaby. You're just a crybaby bitch.
It's an actual TOS violation when you.
No, it's your conscience, right? You're doing what's best for society.
You need to learn your
right?
fucking
Of course
lesson.
you are.
Maybe Nikki has the
lesson
to learn her fucking
You're just
lesson.
doing what's best for everyone out there. You're just safeguarding the community. You're a hero.
Big world out
You're a
there.
hero. No, you're a hero. You're a hero.
You find.
You probably wear a cape.
You might find
You're a
the
hero.
bad thing if you're not kind. I'm not gonna.
Kindness is like anything else. It's earned. It's reciprocal. Don't you get that? You're getting a shitty response because you came up here being shitty. Don't you get that?
I didn't come up here.
We were having a good conversation. We were happy. You're the misery. You're the fly in the ointment. Don't you get that? Seriously, don't you get that? Are you so self-devoid of fucking self-awareness you can't fucking recognize the fact? You're the common cause. You're the problem.
Agreeing with you. Are you really this incapable of
Every time you've had a conversation like this with someone, guess who's been there?
You said you never heard of me. Stop talking about me like you know me, dude. You're just making shit up based on whatever you want to be true.
That's exactly what you've been doing, Melanie, to him.
You're the common factor.
No,
You're the common factor. You're the cause of this dissent.
The inductive reasoning, such as this person
You
sounds
came
white.
up here and completely derailed a happy-go-lucky show. We were laughing and joking before you got
you were
here.
having
Then
one big
you
circle jerk.
arrived.
You were having a
Then
lovely
you
circle
arrived
jerk.
with your shitty, objectionable personality, and you got treated the same way you were acting,
how these
and you
things
didn't
work.
like
You're
it.
oh my god, she's so mean to us. She
Who's
disagrees.
she?
Oh my
Who's
god,
she?
my
The only
fragile
she up here is
little
Nikki.
ego.
Who's she?
My
don't-
ego's being destroyed because someone
What
disagrees with me.
ego? This isn't an ego issue. This isn't an ego issue. This is a personality clash issue.
You have the
You're
most
objectionable. You're just not nice, and you're accusing other people of not being nice.
Oh, someone
You
wants
came
to
up
come
here
on.
with the purpose to not be nice.
I don't think I could have had this discussion and tiptoed
You
around your ego
came
more if I
here to
tried.
be an asshole. And
Hello,
you
Spike.
succeeded.
Can you say hello to us?
Hey, it's Snail. I'm on a different account.
Hi,
Hi, Snail.
Hey. I just wanted to ask Melanie, like, why they thought it was necessary to flag your channel down. Makes no sense.
Right, because if I'm not the one who's going to do it, someone else is.
Hold
And I
on.
guarantee they're going to have a bigger channel, and they're going to mass report it, and she's going to be eliminated entirely instead of getting a channel
But-
strike.
But what did
I've
Nick-
just
but what
lost
did
my other
Nikki
channel,
do?
Melanie. My other channel,
Yeah.
I had 1.2k subs. I got taken
Yeah.
down. And now you are
Yep.
doing this to me.
Well, then maybe you should make better choices.
You know
But
what?
what-
If she
like-
does get a strike,
You shouldn't
I'm
punish
going to
me.
appeal myself.
Why
So
should I
don't
be
worry about it.
punished?
Following POS is only hard if you want it to be.
I've not even said anything
I'll
bad
write
about
the
you.
appeal.
That is, can I
you're
just say, like,
co-hosting
that
a
is
fucking
such,
idiot.
can I just really quick, Melanie? That's
Hiya,
such a
Zelda.
such a vindictive attitude.
They
Like,
came
you should be punished. You should be a
pun.
and I will say, Geno's
No,
not a
no.
transphobe.
It's
He's
not
really
vindictive. Okay,
not. It
great.
is.
Snail knows me.
Yeah,
in
he's
real
not a homophobe. He's not a
Your
racist. He's not a transphobe. He just didn't like
Okay.
you.
From
You
the
know?
opinion of someone in the trans community, you don't go around
And I
saying
don't
that.
like you based
you're
on how you're
transphobe, and that's
acting and your
Exactly.
personality.
There's plenty of trans communities that agree with me.
The reason
So,
I dislike you
not
is because
vindictive.
Yeah,
of your
but I'm gonna
Not
say, like, I
vindictive.
know him.
Not
I
vindictive.
know him and
It's not
Nikki, right?
vindictive to give someone a warning when you can see that she's
That's not a
eventually going to get
warning.
mass-
That's not
Yes,
a
it is.
warning.
Yes, it is.
Flagging is not a
You're
warning.
not an altruistic hero. Stop.
Yeah, like, you're not here to
Gaslighting.
fight for the trans
You're not
community.
being
Like,
some
no one
great
here is
good for the
transphobic.
community.
Sorry.
Stop gaslighting.
Is having your channel reported for breaking TOS not a natural consequence of breaking
No,
TOS?
no. Listen, how did
Yeah,
how did
yeah,
that
I'm
it is.
break
going
Yeah,
to
it
TOS?
is.
write an
Yes,
appeal.
yes, it is.
There will
Yes,
be
it
no
is.
strike. That's the
Yes,
part you don't
yes, it is.
understand.
It is.
I
It is
will
a
write
natural
the appeal.
consequence
I
of being
will
an
write
idiot.
the
It is a
appeal.
natural consequence
Yeah.
of being an idiot.
Okay, listen, Melanie. What exactly did he say that broke TOS, or what did Nikki say since
Yeah,
it's her channel
be
that broke
specific.
TOS?
He
What
said I'm not
exactly was
I'm
it?
a man. He tried to dead name me.
Okay, dead naming
I
is
don't know
is
your
not a
name.
thing that's against TOS. So
That's not
try
No.
against
again.
TOS.
Try again.
So do you think that hateful acts targeting
What hate? What hateful acts?
What
What
hateful act?
exactly?
Be
He
specific.
didn't do
I'm a
anything
man.
except
That is
disagree
I know
with
you
you.
struggle with specifics, but be
Hold
specific.
on, Leno. I want to hear. I want to hear the actual explanation.
The line from YouTube TOS that counts misgendering people as a hateful act that targets
That's
trans.
ridiculous.
Okay, I'm
But
gonna
that is
find it.
ridiculous.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
but
gonna
you
find it.
understand.
Sir?
That's
Sir,
fine,
I
even if that
object to that
exists.
premise.
That is ridiculous, and I don't see that. It's
You suck at
ridiculous.
your job, then you don't belong on your hateful
Sir,
So
TOS.
if
I
you
object
have a
to that
penis
premise.
and I call you a
Space.
man, that's
Stop taking up
hateful.
space. Stop taking up space.
I
You
object.
realize that I
People who are
actually
better
will.
at this,
I will call
who are
people
better
the
at this
gender
who
that they
deserve to be
ask
here.
Yeah,
There are
if I
if
people
was,
who are
they're
better at
decent
this who deserve to
people,
be
You have a
right?
here.
dick and
There are
balls.
people who
You're
are
a
better
man.
at this
I'm
who deserve to
sorry.
be here.
You have a dick and balls. You're a
There are
man.
people who
That's
are
not
good at this who deserve to
hateful.
be here.
What are you talking about?
There are
I
people who
will
are
respect your
incompetent who
pronouns
deserve
when
to
you
So
be
act
you're
like
the
you're
here.
arbiter
respecting a
of
human
who
being
deserves
and
to
not
be on
a
YouTube
divisory
because you
people.
decide to say you're a
There are
female.
people who aren't
It's
incompetent
a
who deserve
YouTube
to be
Nazi,
here.
dude. It's a total
You're
yeah.
not an
I can't stand.
altruist doing the
I'm not.
greater good for the
Unfortunately, I'm not a
community.
reactionary
You're
like
not.
myself, so I'm not
That's
Nazis.
gaslighting of the highest order. You're a fake. Everything about you is fake.
Yeah.
Look, I called you
He's
out.
never stopped talking this entire time. He literally,
It's all
he's a
right.
I'm the
conversational narcissist.
co-host. It's my
Yeah.
job to talk.
Conversational narcissist by definition. Go look it up. I
Sure, I'm a
guarantee you.
narcissist. If that
Just
helps you,
because
sure.
you're crazy.
You're really not a
I'll take.
narcissist.
And now
but you
you're
are an
violating
egomaniac.
YouTube terms by being an unlicensed medical
I can't handle people
practitioner. For
disagreeing
sure,
with me.
I'll
You
take
just
your
met him. You
YouTube
just met him,
diagnosis,
and you're
but
And yet
I'm
I
a
can see
narcissist.
that he can't handle
How does
people
that help
disagreeing
your
with
argument?
him.
How does that help your argument?
He
Okay,
put
so
so
let's
much
just
on
assume I am a
display in such a
narcissist.
short amount of time.
Is that score point for
Guys.
you? I'm a narcissist. How does that help you?
Because it's an easy out, right?
What I'm saying is still
Anytime
factually
people always
accurate.
That are
say that.
race-baiting. Like, I dare you, any of you, to apply your own logic to yourselves for half a second. I
No,
do it
no,
all
you
the
do
time.
that.
Okay.
No, you do that. You do
Okay,
that.
let's start.
You do
Okay.
that.
Let's do it. All right.
Practice
Let's
what
all
you
do
preach.
it. Let's go around a circle.
Okay.
All right.
So
You go
Weirdest
first.
circle jerk.
I think so. Jeno says I'm
We got a
self-hating.
special guest coming on now, guys, in a minute.
Jeno says I'm self-hating. I think maybe Jeno's a little self-hating because he can't even handle
What
hearing the
don't I
word
like
systemic
about myself?
racism
Okay, let's
without thinking
study
white
that.
people.
Hang on. You made a point. Let's
You
study that.
haven't let me
What
finish. I don't think you
don't
can
I like
handle
about
hearing
myself?
the
No, I'm
word
asking you to
systemic
elaborate.
racism without thinking white guilt.
I'm gonna do more than let you finish. I was asking you to elaborate. You non-social skill having
Maybe you
fuck.
didn't
It's called
need
a
to talk over
conversation.
me to do that because I was still
You made a
elaborating.
point. Then give me an example. Give me an example of me hating myself.
Yeah, so you said that I called out systemic racism, and then I immediately said afterwards in some way that you should feel guilty for being white, which I never said. I'm pretty sure this is just subconscious, kind of
You
like free
absolutely did
association
say
that
that,
you're doing.
but how would that make me have self-hatred to say that? How does that
Because you
mean
can't hear the
not
word
liking
systemic
myself?
racism without thinking, "Oh my God, she's going to attack me for being white."
You'd
That's
already talked about white privilege. I let you talk so you would
Before
condemn
that,
yourself because I knew where you were going with it. Don't you understand that? You'd
okay. I'm
already
going to
talked
say
about
this will
systemic
make a lot more sense.
racism and white privilege. You'd already assumed I was white.
No, I said you sounded white. I
Long
literally just said you
before I
sounded
ever
white.
responded to you
From a
aggressively.
standpoint of white privilege, these are analyses I can make with people on the fly because I've met so many of you,
No, they're presumptions, you arrogant twat.
and yet you've proven them so fucking right.
You still don't know what race I am. You want to
You
guess?
showed your face on camera.
Do
You're
you
white
want?
past.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
You want to guess?
all white people are the
Oh,
same.
it doesn't
Remember,
matter.
Leno.
So you're saying
You're
mixed race
10%
people don't matter?
something that
That's
is
your
white
words,
and
by the way. You
90%
just said mixed
past
race people don't
are
matter.
white. I guarantee you. I'm Heinz
So,
57, dude.
so if
Like,
I'm mixed, I'm still white, right? You just said that. Those were your
no,
words.
white passing is what really matters because that determines
White
whether or not you
passing.
experience white privilege
So
in your
Oh,
I
day-to-day life.
look white. So that do you understand how fucked up
that's
what you're
Sound it.
really
saying?
Let me tell you
racist.
Do
right
you
now.
understand
You
how
really
fucked up
fucking
what you're
sound it.
saying is? And you're accusing me of being a racist and having self-hatred. Do you understand how wrong what you just said was?
So are you saying you're not white
Do
passing?
you understand how
Are you
wrong what
saying
you
that
just
because
said
There
you're
are
was?
not?
Yes
so
or
many
no?
Hispanics and African
Are you?
Americans that are white passing,
I'm not.
Look,
Yeah,
and
and
my
they
friend,
experience white privilege too.
GM,
Are
who's
you
the
not white passing,
athlete
sir?
who
Are
happens
you
to
not
be
white passing,
very
sir?
white
Are
skinned,
you
well,
not white
she has
passing?
white privilege.
So if I walked up to you on the street, would I think you're white?
Doesn't matter what you think.
Yes, it
That's the
does.
point.
That's how white privilege works.
No, your racist
No,
assumption
no,
is
that's not how
what
it works.
you're the one making the assumption, you fucking racist, and then you have the
The cues
balls
that
to
you give
point a
me,
finger at
the
someone else
cues
and call them the
you give me
racist.
that you're a bit of
You're
a
the one
snowflake.
making a racial
Snowflakes tend to be
judgment.
white.
You are the one making a racial judgment. Don't you get that, you fucking retard?
I'm just saying you're the one who acts like a snowflake, and snowflakes are pretty goddamn white.
you flagged a
That's racist.
channel.
That
You
is
flagged a
racist.
channel, and then you're
Flag the
calling people a
channel, and you're a trans
snowflake.
Go on
person
your channel and
who
not get
hates
flagged. I'm sorry, but
himself.
you can have it both
Stop.
ways.
You're not winning this debate.
Full
You're really not.
consequence.
And no transphobia happened here today. What happened was
Yeah,
us
you
not
misgendered
liking
me. You called me a
you,
dick,
not
purposely,
liking
and you
you as a
dehumanized
person.
me.
As a
You don't think that
person,
dehumanizing
you
trans
are
people is
objectionable.
transphobia?
You are
Wait. You don't
You
think
are
that
the person we don't like.
wait. You don't think
No
that
one here hates
dehumanizing
trans
trans
people.
people is
It's you we
transphobia?
don't like.
You don't think that dehumanizing trans people is transphobia?
I don't care what you think. I'm telling you.
So do you
No
think
one
misgender
here hates trans
transphobia?
people. It's you
Misgendering me
personally we
is
don't like as a
Do you think
person.
that
Not as a
misgendering
gender,
me is
not as an assumed
transphobia?
gender,
Do
not as a chosen
you
gender, not as a
think
pronoun.
that
You as an individual.
misgendering me is
I broke
transphobia?
really broke.
Was that slow enough for you to finally comprehend?
You're just a broken human being. Stop.
Do you think that
Seek
misgendering me
help.
is
Seriously, seek
I
help.
get called trans all the time, and I find that
I can't help
offensive.
you.
So
I can't help you. I'm
I
not the
mean,
solution to your problems. I'm not the cause of your
Well, it's when
problems.
people assume that you're a certain thing or way, and you're not. Like,
Do you understand? Can you
doesn't
possibly
matter if
conceive
somebody's
of the
white,
fact?
black, orange, pink, or
being
purple.
presumptive?
Can you possibly conceive of the fact that you got a bad reaction because of the shitty things you said?
My shitty behavior doesn't give you the excuse to be transphobic.
Fuck you.
You came on here to cause trouble, Melanie,
Fuck you.
and
You're a cunt all over.
Have an actual debate, and this person's
decided
too
that
much
you're
of a
going to
You're a
be.
cunt all over
I
again.
tried
That
to
just
come
made
on
you
to have a normal debate, and this person is
that
too
just
much of
made
a
you a different
snowflake
kind
to
of
not
fuck
accuse
you
me of
all over
racism.
again. Fuck you on a whole new level. That just
This
made you a
person
cunt on a
thinks
completely different level.
gracefully.
Okay,
You're
so
retarded.
Can I ask some? Am I
So
here?
people can't react to your personality.
Hang on a minute. Let Fed Up Southern Girl speak.
I just want to ask one question. So you talk about white privilege, right? I'm white passing. All of my ancestors were white passing. However, they were sharecroppers. My mother had a dirt floor because they were so poor. So you think we have privilege just because we look white? Is that what the argument was previously? Is, oh well, you're white, so you have privilege. Like what exactly do you mean
Yeah.
by that?
And well, can you also answer that question for me as a person
Yeah,
who was raised
same.
by immigrants
Yep, I grew up
in a
very, very
country
poor in the
they didn't come
Very
from?
sticks
poor.
from mining and ranching
Yes,
family, like
true.
dirt
White
My
poor.
privilege is white
family were all
Yeah.
coal
But
miners.
we
Yep.
look
white
white,
privilege
so
means all white
therefore we
people
But
have
are
I'm
rich.
white
privilege,
passing, right?
right?
So magically,
That's
I've
what
got
white
this
privilege means,
magical
that all
charmed
people are
life,
rich.
right?
So good one, good one. Yeah.
My grandfather was
You got me,
12 years
all white
old
people are
working in the
rich.
coal mines.
You got me. All white people are rich. That's what white privilege means. No, it's not actually.
No, but I
White
mean, okay, can
You're
you
retarded.
tell us
systemic
what is
What is
white
the privilege?
privilege?
We
What's
didn't tell you
privilege?
what
Yeah,
it
what's
was. We
privilege?
asked you what it was. We didn't
Yeah.
tell you what it was. We asked you a question, retard.
Yeah, you're all too cowardly to let me answer.
No,
Answer
I want to
it. Uh-huh.
hear.
Okay, just make sure that Buddy with the J here doesn't keep talking.
Just
No, just
answer the fucking
answer.
question, you
Answer.
hypocrite.
You're really going to pretend like he's not talking over me
Just
this
fucking
entire time?
answer.
Just
We're not
answer. He's being
talking.
quiet. He's
Answer the
being
question.
quiet. Just answer
You're
the
going to stop him
question.
if he does, though, then, because you clearly care
We
about me.
Just
can't.
Oh my
answer
God,
the
you are so
question, you
tiresome. Fucking
disingenuous
answer the
cunt.
question. For fuck's sake,
So
answer the
systemic
question.
white privilege is not about whether or not you personally have good outcomes. It's about whether or not white people as a whole face the same systemic racist, face the same systemic outcomes
Yeah,
as people of color.
Appalachia has a lot of
When
really
we look
privileged
at
Yeah,
job
my
people.
outcome is
applications,
totally
or when we
similar than
look at
someone with a
job
trust
applications
fund.
You
and
don't
applications,
even
So
have the
easy.
courage of your own
our
conviction. You
names
don't even
don't
believe
get
what you're
pulled in
saying.
for interviews as often, even if they are equally
You don't
qualified.
even
Oh
believe the
my
words you're
god, this
saying.
bitch
You
is
You're just
disingenuous.
crazy.
regurgitating some shit that you were like taught. I don't
All
know where you
debunked
must be West
myths,
Coast or something. But
statistically misproven, and the opposite is true.
Can I say I don't see myself as like a part of a collective white group like a lot of people think
No
white people
white
think. We
person
don't,
does.
yeah, no one does that. I know that my outcome and my kids' outcome is going to be different than someone who has generational wealth, right?
We're
So they're
people.
going to
We're
have
not
different
skin tone.
schools. We're
We're
going to be in
people.
different areas. We're different people. We're individuals, right? And this idea that
And I
all
tried to
white
make that
people
point
are a
to you earlier.
collective is really, really detrimental to a big
Remember
group of
when I asked you
people.
about different parts of America and different levels of privilege, and you couldn't answer
There
that then
you
in your
go.
original conversation?
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
No, you're a
I
retard
mean, are
making
you
your own point.
does what we say make any sense either? Or I mean,
Counter these arguments.
you have to at least like agree with that, right? Is that you're
It's-
white,
Can't
right?
even give
Yes.
basic
It's
examples. You
white.
just give
Yes, it's white.
generic non-examples like that answers the
Yeah.
question.
It's just something that
Oh,
really
don't you know
perpetuates
that
this
this
like
happened? And then
racism
you don't
towards
give an
collective
example.
white people.
Systemic racism doesn't.
But
Okay, give
okay,
me an
where do you
example
make
of.
the
Hang
cutoff
on,
for
hang on,
white? Can
You just
I
hang on, hang on.
regurgitate.
can I ask a real quick question? Like where is your cutoff? Like what is white and what makes you
You
white?
don't want me to actually agree with you. Is that yes? It actually does make sense that you.
Where is your line for what is white and what is not? Like what's the cutoff?
It's not going to answer your questions. It's just talking its sounding points.
Like I really, if you're gonna make that argument, I think you should have some
lay
kind of
money
a
down on the
goal.
fact
I
that you
also
would
had a
interrupt me
question that
before I
it's
could
not going
finish,
to
and I'd
answer.
win
Let me
every
give you another
time.
question that you're not going to
I
answer.
think you have
Can you
white
give me an
privilege because you're a
example
white
in
trans
recent
person.
days
love
You have
it.
the
of,
most
of white
I
people
love my
being
white
given
privilege.
favorable
I shove it up
treatment
my
in
asshole
job
every night
hiring?
for orgasm.
You're white passing. Therefore, you have white privilege.
I'm 57, babe. There's not a drop of colored blood in me, and I don't feel any
Yes,
guilt.
you
I
benefit.
don't
Irrelevant.
You
like
benefit from this systemic
Dr. Jeno says I
privilege.
should.
Irrelevant, and you don't get the point. So you made the point. Oh, like job interviews,
So you
people
assumed I was
being
trying to
given
push a white guilt
preferential.
narrative.
Let me
This totally
finish the
relevant.
fucking
You're
question.
wrong.
Hey, asshole, let me finish the question.
Hey, wrong
You
fucker. Hey, wrong
You
fuckwit.
gave
Maybe
the
stop being
example. I'm just
wrong.
going to keep talking. I'm just going to
Settle
keep
down.
talking. You
Settle
gave the
down.
example of job interviews of white people being. Can you give me a real world example, an actual example, not a story you told?
Study done where they actually submitted resumes to real companies.
Can you point me to the study? You can't just say studies were done. Can you show me?
Yes.
See, this is
Really-
where you fall
force me,
down
bro.
because I know you're not
doing
going to be able
force
to.
me, bro,
But
meme
go
right
ahead.
now instead of just addressing what I actually said.
There's a private chat. Drop any links. Show me some evidence. Don't just make spurious claims and expect us to believe you.
You must be on
You're
the West
making a
Coast.
claim
I'm
that
understanding.
somehow there is this white privilege. Show me an example. It shouldn't be complicated. If what you're saying is true, there should be abundant examples. So please show
There
me
is.
one.
Recreated many times as
Especially in
well.
poor Appalachian regions that go all throughout the southeast.
No,
of the
I'd settle for one
Yes.
job interview instance. She, whatever the fuck you want to call them, made the claim that in job interviews, white people are given preferential treatment. I'd like to see a statistic, a study, something, a report that is independently verified, not just another person like yourself with the political persuasion claiming something is true. Actual evidence. Show me, and then I might be
Also,
convinced by your
men will
argument.
get hired before a woman and interviewed before a woman, especially in my field. And then I have someone pretending to be a woman. So this person would get an interview in my field before I would.
Because the studies I've seen say the opposite, by the way. They say that ethnic minorities are given preferential treatment.
Right,
And I'll give you the example. Hang on a minute. The recent scandal with Disney, where a Disney executive admitted on camera, not knowing they were being filmed, that they intentionally don't hire white people
Hiya,
for
Ben.
agenda purposes. So
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see a real world example, like the one I just cited you. The
Hey, Lay
recent
Jeno. Hi, Nikki New.
Oh, Ben's
Hi.
here. What's up,
Jen.
Ben? Long time no talk.
What's crazy is that
Here's the-
when you actually when you don't just listen to someone's opinion of how it works and what they say they do, and you actually study it as a whole.
You still haven't dropped any
ladies,
kind of-
give you an
Fed up
example.
and
I'd
Shane,
like
and
to
you mind
Yeah,
popping
for
off?
me.
Yeah, I'll bounce. Bye, Nikki.
I sent you a
Can
study
you
which is
pop
more
off, Fed
robust
up,
than an anecdote.
because there's too many people over talking,
Okay,
so I just want to get Ben,
Sorry.
Melanie, and
Alright.
Jen on you.
Okay, but I just gave you a real world example. The recent Disney
Oh, she's
scandal.
running
where an
away.
executive
Where's she
Disney-
gone?
See, they can never give examples. Their argument always falls apart when you ask for fucking examples. You
Well,
can
here's
sit
the-
here and make these generic statements.
She's
Oh,
gone.
this is-
Melanie's
I know.
gone.
I know, because I asked for proof. Magically, they left.
Well, what she's going to use is the same things that were being tossed around, like in, I guess, before COVID,
Yes,
like
the
all
same
of the
talking points that have been
when
debunked
race
a
was a
thousand
huge
times.
deal and George Floyd, all that kind of shit.
And I
When-
was actually going to indulge them and play that fucking game with them and talk them through every single fucking talking point.
Why come off the panel and come in the chat, Melanie? What the fuck?
Well,
I was
it was
actually
seething.
going
It
to
was
address any
seething,
example
so
you
it
gave.
couldn't handle it. Yeah.
So, hey, Grace, by the way. And
Hey,
Ben.
Grace.
You're muted.
Hello. Working.
Ah, there you go.
Hello.
We hear you now.
Good. Yeah,
We can
she's
hear you.
Hey, Ben.
Hello.
We were covering your little appearance there on
Yes!
on Chaotic Truths channel.
Yeah, we were having a lovely stream. We were reviewing you on Chaotic Truth, and then boom, fucking
Yeah,
world
Ben,
war
you
three.
killed it on Chaotic Truth. I got to give it to you, dude. You fucking killed it. It was great.
Yeah, it was funny.
And Melanie's reported me, Ben. She's reported me for transphobia.
Yeah,
She
she's a
flagged
flagger.
me. So be careful when you have her up on your channel.
I find it very rich that Melanie would admit that she's male, right? Like biologically, she's male, but she said she's a male woman.
That don't even make sense.
Okay, but I identify as black.
Yes,
but
I do as well. I identify as a Jew. I get it. Yeah.
Right on, brother, man.
So I just don't even like. You can't even begin to wrap your brain around the logic there that you deny the existence of sex, but you affirm the existence of race, which is a much less real thing. I mean, there are people who are all different, blend.
And all the while dismissing the fact that we might possibly dislike them because of their personality, which was the actual reason we actually didn't like them.
What I loved is that it wouldn't even reveal its real name. Like you were like, well, what's your actual I would say Christian name, but you know what I mean. Like,
Ben will understand. That's from demonology. If you call out the demon by its true name, they have to
There's
answer.
definitely demons around, definitely.
So if you can get the demon's real name, you can get them to speak truth finally.
Actually, if you do, when Melanie is not doing her like debate bro thing, which is odd for someone who's
Debate bro
to be
debate dude.
Yeah, because it's all just Destiny type hair splitting. But you know, I actually think she's like, she has some reflectiveness, and I just think I tried to date her because I thought I saw her as the El Capitan of Riz, because she's autistic, ADD, trans, and also preoperative, and is having the op. So I was trying to get, like, you know, the lowdown on what exactly it would look like to date her, and you know what I'd have to look forward to, and you know how it is, right? Like, I don't know exactly what goes on, but like a lot of stuff comes under the knife, gets like turned inside out, gets reattached.
Oh, Ben.
Saying like that is the reality, and it's paid for. I think in England
Oh,
it's
it's
paid
like cutting a sausage in half. Oh my god.
Okay, I want to give an example. Now, I don't know about every type of delusion, but I had some experience because while I was looking after my grandma, around people with Alzheimer's and dementia, because some of the people on her ward had Alzheimer's and dementia.
Yeah.
What you're told to do when they're having one of their delusions and they believe something is real that isn't real, you're not meant to go along with the delusion. You're
Right.
not meant to openly contradict the delusion. What you're meant to do is gently and calmly remind them of the facts and hopefully bring them back round to reality.
Yeah.
You can't do that with certain other groups because
Right.
they're too far in their mania. Now, when people with dementia are easier to navigate than people with self-hatred and self-mutilation tendencies.
Yeah. I'm not saying that someone like Melody is going to be like a heterosexual guy. You know what I mean? Like, that ship has sailed.
Listen,
And
we live in 2024. You can be gay, you can be straight, you can be trans, you can be anything. Just don't be fake. Don't hate yourself.
my thing is, like, don't do the surgery, because I think sexuality isn't going to probably make sense for you one way or the other. And if you think that doing this
A
surgery,
high suicide rate that these people go through after they transition is ridiculous, and no one talks about it.
yeah, it's high.
Which is actually what I covered on my show. Was like the negative pitfalls that some of these people go through, you know, and the pressure from other people in the community to transition. There's so many different things.
Well, the interesting thing about it is, you know, she was on a dating show, so I'm like, all right, this is the El Capitan of Riz. Like, I was trying to identify as a cue, as questioning, just to ask some questions and say, like, this sounds good, you know, but let's say what it's going to look like in a month, 3 months. And there's this huge kind of like, don't ask me those questions. That's transphobic. But I'm saying, if I was getting a surgery that I was really looking forward to, you know what I mean? Like, if I was like I had a micro penis and I was gonna get like surgery to get like a regular sized penis.
Okay, just to help you out here, if I was doing anything that dramatic, I would seek out every opinion I could seek out.
No, but I'm saying
contrary, positive, in the middle, undecided. If anything, just having my sinuses operated on, whether I talk to the surgeon, to the nasal consultant, to other people who went through the procedure, like the idea that you can take this stuff so casually.
Yeah, but I mean, let's say you had erectile dysfunction and you're like, I've heard about these pills and I really look forward to getting a boner again. Like, what would be the shame of it if you are saying I had erectile dysfunction? And like, wouldn't you be excited? Or if a woman's getting breast implants,
right? Again, to use your example, I would be doing commercials for the thing if it was something I was affected by, right? Wow, this thing works. So fucking, yeah, right? It'd be answering all the questions.
Right. If this is so great, why wouldn't you want to talk about how great it's going to be?
And I'll answer that for you, Ben, because shame, self-hatred. They view their own behavior as deviant. That's why they're so eager to find other people who think the same and go, I see, you think I'm a deviant, because that's what they see in themselves. It's what do they call it? Transference. It's like they
But
have
the idea,
so much.
the concept, like you were born into the wrong body, whatever that means, and now you're going to get some parts to like fix that. So why wouldn't you be just like excited to talk about it?
Okay,
all
like
the way
conceptually as an idea, I can conceive of that notion, right?
Yeah.
But in reality, why would you just not live in your body and express your personality as whatever you think you are? Why would you still? I don't get the second part of now needing to chop bits off or alter things surgically, and it never works. If it worked, I would go, okay, I get it. But they always regret it afterwards.
That's not going to be China. That's going to be some horrific kind of thing. But I'm saying, what is so hard about saying, like, look, maybe sexually, like, you know, it's kind of a mess right now. Take a pause. Why don't you learn how to be like, if she's attracted to men, you can have a friendship with men, and you can learn how to interact with men and have, you know, positive relationships with men that have nothing to do with sex. I don't think you really
sure, but again, they rarely seek out positive stuff. They seek out what's most self-destructive, which again is telling. I don't know if this is accurate or not. This is pure speculation on my part, but I suspect a big part of this is that they are actually just self-hating, closeted homosexual. They can't admit to themselves that they're gay,
Right.
so there must be some other reason. Some other, oh, no, I'm not gay. I'm a woman trapped in a man's body. I'm a this, I'm a that. It's because they fundamentally don't accept themselves for who they are. That's why they're so eager for everyone else to.
But I'm saying, like, look,
it all stems from self-hatred.
You can speculate as to whether this might make me gay, but I love this guy Tan on Queer Eye for the Straight Guy or whatever that show is. If he wasn't gay, if he wasn't like having like that kind of sex, I'd love to have a guy like him who's like feminine, but not like gross, but just kind of like a butler type guy.
I don't necessarily understand or identify what you're saying, but I'm going to ask the obvious question. What does the fact that he's gay have anything to do with it? If you would appreciate his company, then why not just appreciate his company non-sexually?
Well, I mean,
like you said a moment ago.
With him, I wouldn't see it as like I have no interest in that, but like if
you just want to go shopping and pick out nice fabric,
I would love to.
Why you can do that as a straight guy?
Yeah, I know. Like I'm saying, like a lot of times men.
Now you're sounding a bit repressed yourself there, Ben. Just do it. Go pick out the frilly fabrics you like and decorate the RV.
Why do I have to know what he's doing with his? Like I don't.
You don't.
Every aspect.
I'll be honest with you. I have some gay friends who they always want to talk about that shit and they like making people cringe and change the subject. And I have other gay friends who never mention it at all. And honestly, I prefer the latter. I don't want to know about my straight friends' sex life. I don't want to know about.
Right. I don't want like what people sometimes. I've sent dick pics that have circulated. Like I don't really. If someone like sent a dick pic of someone else, I'd be like, no thanks, I don't want to see it. I don't really care what other men's dicks look like, and that belonged within a, you know what I mean, that belonged within a, you know, a relationship, and like I don't know,
or a moment, even if it's not a relationship, just a passing moment between two horny people.
Yeah, right, but it was not meant to be sent to everyone.
It's not for public consumption, is what you're saying.
Isn't that against the law to share somebody's?
It is.
Well, it's against the law in this country, isn't it?
Yeah, and most people, like, when it's done with guys, they think like, oh, it's fine, we'll just send his dick pics to
no, and again, every single crazy ex-girlfriend from YouTube that has falsely accused me of revenge porning them has actually shared pictures of my dick without my permission while we were dating. I've never shared any pictures of anyone even after we broke up.
I try artistic dick pics. So, like I feel like they hold up on an aesthetic level, so I do flaccid dick pics and things like that. So, but you know, so I don't really
present well.
I haven't seen them, Ben. I haven't seen your dick pic.
And I would hope
All mine, not from my. And if you haven't, I wasn't the one who
No,
sent
I
it
haven't
to you.
seen yours neither,
Right, I
Jeno.
just wanted to make that clear because people watching jump to conclusions.
Well, why can't I would just love for some of these people who want to talk about things and then are ashamed of what they're talking about. Maybe think about just opting for not talking about it and not making it public and just keeping. You know the term, like you know a little bit, like you know Greek, right? So I think the term obscene is Greek. Ob meaning
No,
off.
I think that's Latin.
Oh, maybe it's Latin. Okay,
Like obscura,
stage. It doesn't mean bad. It just means off.
not seen. Yeah, like obscure or obscured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
in fact, it is Latin. That's the root word.
I really think our intimate sexual lives are not for other people to know about.
I mean, look, there's a certain titillation factor, and some people are happy to let certain details be public, and certain people, and that's fine. It's again for the audience and the person sharing to figure out where that line is for them. You know,
I've
some
shared
people overshare.
Much younger, like that. You know, in the haze of 20 or 30 years, you could say, you know, this might be helpful for young people to like say, like, you know, we did crazy stuff too, or something like that. But generally speaking,
But even again, okay, like our parents and grandparents probably had those conversations with us. They didn't go into crazy details. They didn't go into specifics.
Yeah.
Oh, what they kept it at was, oh, you kids today think you invented everything. We were doing all that shit back then too. And then they changed the subject.
Or like porn's not the end of I tell young men, you know, porn's not the end of the world. There was porn back in my day, and it's more explicit today, but like it's not the end.
Were you a VHS guy or were you a paper magazine type guy?
It was magazines when I was younger, and I was really glad to get a hold of them.
I was in the era of VHS, Ben.
And what's that?
I was in the era of VHS, Ben. That was not good for anybody.
I would try to watch
and replicate tapes that would be widely circulated.
Oh yeah,
someone would get a copy, and then suddenly everyone had the copy. Like,
yeah, I mean, I was around in the VHS era, but I never saw like that kind of porn. But I went to a porn theater.
Those were my formative years, Ben. When I was still a teenager.
That's a great experience going to a porn theater, like a full-on theater to watch porn movies, and it's just weird. It's just a weird experience. But
again, I'm kind of I'm not prudish in my personal life, but socially, I am. I don't really never been to a strip club. The only times I've ever been into a place like a lingerie store like that is with girlfriends. You know what I mean? I never really browsed around a porn.
Yeah,
theater or.
But if you did, like, if you did or whatever, and I think the other thing about sexual activity, usually it's with more than one person. So if you're going to talk about your sexual activity, in a sense, you're talking about someone else's too. And I don't know that a lot of people, you know what I mean? It's sort of, it begins a layer of speculation that I don't think people have a right to, especially because there's more than one.
You violate some rights once you make things public domain. That's an unfortunate downside to that.
Yeah.
Like, you do. Once you make something a matter of public record, it's now up for chitter chatter speculation.
Out of the closet and say that I'm gay. I mean, if you really want to drill down to what that's saying, you're just saying I engage in these type of acts. Why do you have to say that to me? Why not just keep it a mystery? Like, keep it off scene, and I'll keep mine off scene too. But if I have a child, of course you're gonna say, like, okay, if I'm married to a woman and we have a child, you can extrapolate, but like, okay, but like, why do we have to constantly talk about this? And what good does it do to tell people about this?
It doesn't do any good. It's idle. It really is just the shit talking of people with nothing better to do, passing time. It serves no. I guess a sociologist might say it serves some social function of community bonding, but I call bullshit on that.
Yeah, and you say, like, well, I'm ashamed of what I'm doing, but if I do it in a group and I say I do this stuff, this will somehow liberate me. How so? These are.
I guess some people need that validation. I'm not the only one. Yeah. I guess, but that's insecurity, and they should work on their insecurity. Like, I get why people do like to lump themselves together by groups, but honestly, in my real world life, all my friends are completely different from me. All of them, all the people that I like their company and I cherish, have striking fundamental differences between me and my personality and my outlook on the world, and that by design. I like those people.
I think like the sexual revolution, and maybe in a sense, has taught us that it's liberating to identify with habits that maybe are shameful, and I don't really find that.
It's like a normalizing, I guess you could say, like that. It's like people.
And what good does that do? What good does it do anyone?
Again, it's a bit of a trite argument, but for example, can you imagine the concept of a straight pride parade?
I think they tried to have those.
It would be ridiculous. It would be ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
So why is it not acceptable to say that the concept of a gay pride parade is equally ridiculous? And they try to, because that's not truly reflective of gay culture.
Right.
I'm sure there's a large percentage of gay people cringing at latex and cringing at the public acts of fornication, and I'm sure there is.
Gay pride, because they bring out the worst in gay, like among gays, like the gross.
It's not gay. They bring out the deviants who also happen to be gay.
Right, and are sort of exhibitionist, right?
Exhibitionists, which again I've been accused of. Fair enough. That's probably even partially true. Like
I love the idea that
they don't parade in the streets going woohoo, look at my junk. Like
I'm saying, like, I'm Catholic, and I'm sure that many priests in the Middle Ages and people like Michelangelo, great artists, may have been gay.
There's been eras of history which were flamboyantly gay. Everyone wearing wigs and pretty colours and leggings. And there's nothing that's history. There's nothing wrong with that.
Can you imagine what it must have been like? You know, back in like the Roman times, can you imagine what it must have been like as a man feeling gay?
Yeah, unless you were the emperor, in which case you could fuck anybody and everybody.
They'd never be able to speak about it, would they? They'd have to live their life without ever speaking about it.
Again, that's not true. Like there's historical records going back. The difference is back then, things that weren't the norm were acknowledged even by the people practicing it that this is not the norm. And that's fine. It's okay to be in a subsection or to be in a smaller group or to be in even a fucking group all on your own. Great, do your thing.
I actually think that what I'm trying to say is, like, I think effeminate men.
That's what was frowned upon. Being
sex lives constantly could have a place in society with masculine men who would appreciate them being sensitive and good at certain things. Like, you know, in a sense,
it must suck to be a feminine guy. I will say that point blank. Like, even as a full of testosterone, hot-blooded Mediterranean, I've always had like added also on top of that pressure, like you got to act this way. So I can't imagine what it must be for like a mama's boy or a girly boy. And I'm not saying that in a derogatory way. It must genuinely be kind of fucked up, but own it. Own it. That's the only way around it. You don't change yourself. You don't put on a new persona. You don't exaggerate and caricature the characteristics you already have. Be the actual real version of you that you are and just own it. Be your fucking self.
But man who doesn't like to constantly talk about that, like they're able, because like they can often do things like run dramatic theater groups and things, because they have the male drive for like getting things done right, and the female kind of concern for detail and aesthetics and things like that. And they can be great wedding organizers and things like that. But
sure, okay, but there's nothing wrong with everything you just said there. But why does every example of what you just gave there come with an affectation? Come with a super flamboyant, and just like magically all the people who are into that and are gay also magically happen to just talk the same way and do the same. It's not. It's an affectation, and it's the fake part that people object to. No one cares about the gay. No one cares about the set designer or costume designer or hair. No one cares about any of that stuff. What they care about is that this person is walking through life putting on an elaborate affectation. And if any other human being did that, it would be considered weird. It would.
No, I don't think it's affect. I think there are
genuine. Of course it is. They're not born like that. They look, when people come out, they suddenly super gay. That's not because they've been repressing their gayness all their life. It's because they now have this expectation to act a certain way and fit a certain way, and they play to the stereotype. It really is.
No, there
Like,
are. I used to work with little kids. Little kids, sometimes you can see that for whatever reason they like take on like a feminine personality.
sure, but that's different. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about not the feminine guy characteristic, the flamboyantly gay
Oh, like
characteristic.
talking about being gay all the time. You mean?
Yeah, like super woohoo. Like that's an
Yeah.
affectation. That's a
I see.
choice. That's a style choice.
Yeah, I think when
Yeah.
gays were closeted, I think everyone was happier. And when gays came out of the closet, I don't think it helped anyone.
Okay, I know this will probably sound insulting to gay people, but where are the straight acting gay people? Where are the normative
There are.
gay people? Yeah, but where are they? Why are they so misrepresented? And that's why every gay person takes on the super gay affectation, because that's the one
No,
that's promoted. That's the one that's pushed and publicized to them.
I don't think
Yeah.
they're all like that.
Yeah.
no, I think half of them are tops, which are like
But
they're
I'm saying you don't see the ordinary everyday gay person. You see the super flamboyant gay. You
Yeah.
see the extreme example. Okay, let me give you. Let's just say, for example, let's flip it completely on its head. The stereotype of the late 70s, 1980s macho man with the hairy chest and the medallion and the open shirt and the collars. That was
Yeah.
laughable and ridiculous, and we all universally agreed that's stupid. Why are you doing that? Don't do that. And it very quickly died out.
Mhm.
Yeah, the gay version has run rampant and become trending.
yeah, and it becomes like a
I think people object genuinely. I think people object far more to the fakeness of it than the gayness of it. No one cares what people's sexual persuasion is, especially in this day and age. They really don't. No one's like, gay. Very few people, I would imagine, genuinely think like that in this day and age. But it's
Yeah.
like, why are you acting so different? Why are you marking yourself so apart from the rest of us? That's the bit. It's a social thing. It's a societal thing that people object to.
most kids these days and most boys throughout time engaged in masturbation before they became like, of age to deal with girls. But there's never been a like masturbation come out as a masturbator campaign. And
Sure, or for anything like foot fetishes. There's no foot fetish pride parade. You know what I mean? There's no whatever. Like good old fashioned cross dressers. Where are they these days?
The ideal. And I really only think that like society really cares about men having sex with women because of the possibility of having children.
Yeah, procreation, yes.
Formed on that. And there I think society can
And that's biological. That's not societal. It's both, but it's more biological.
Well, but I think you don't want to have kids like who are born to different, you know
That's
what I mean?
like saying you reject society. That's like saying you don't care about humanity. Even if that's not what you believe, that's how it reads, right? That's how it comes across to other humans. Is that, you don't want to like humanity to continue?
I've heard a lot of people in nursing homes are just having like wild sex with each other.
Yeah, because of Viagra. Apparently, STDs are rampant in these old people's homes as well.
Well, nobody
because they're not aware of the concepts of condoms. Pregnancy isn't an issue to them. They have Viagra, and apparently they're all just giving each other every STD under the sun.
But I mean, you understand that because they're just sort of waiting to die, and we use these nursing homes.
Of course, but again, in this day and age where everyone's liberal, no one's going to judge them, no one's going to like shame them. Why would you
The
not?
thing is, though, men that continue to have sex even when they're like really old can still make a younger girl pregnant. Can't?
Yeah,
that's true, isn't it?
But they're sleeping with the other residents of the home, so they're all over a certain age. They're all. Trust me, there's no pregnancies going on in the old people's home.
No, I just mean that the sperm is still viable.
Sure.
If
they sleep with the nurses, that might be a problem.
Yeah,
you could be like 80 years old and have a baby. Like, can you imagine that?
I think you can do it.
Some of us dream of that, Nikki.
You would just have to be with a woman who was like fine to. I mean, it was like Donald Trump did that. He had kid with Melania, I think. And they understood like he's not going to be there every minute raising the kid. So that's fine if you
But
if you're
he is.
Yeah.
His millions of dollars are doing that. She's not sitting there every minute raising the kid either. There's nannies, there's au pairs, there's house cleaners. She's doing parenting, sure, but she's not doing housework. You know what I mean? Like,
right. And it's an English tradition that wealthy people like basically hire people to raise their kids.
yeah,
And
it's kind of fucked up. Like most of the upper classes in here in the UK became very dysfunctional because they were distant from their own parents and they had no like some of them would meet their parents when they graduated from school, you know what I mean? And would occasionally see them on like summer vacations and things like that.
Yeah.
And even then, in a big mansion on the other wing of the house is where their parents lived, and they were with nanny in the kids' wing of the house. So yeah, a lot of them became very dysfunctional.
Had a nice experience with nanny, and she became like a lifelong kind of grandma figure.
Sure. Well, a lot of them again become overly bonded. We have a politician here in the UK who still has his nanny like work for him, not as a nanny, but it's like still in the family employ.
Right. And the slave owners did the same with the slaves, and you had this mammy figure, which can be dysfunctional, but also can be kind of cute. Like that you this like person in this racist society, it like your fondest love is like the fat black woman who's a slave. It's kind of cool.
Again, there's a lot of misapprehensions about
Fed up Southern
race.
girls, fed up a class down here, had mammies who took care of them. It blew my mind.
Yeah.
It was like not a racist thing, because it's like we'll take a black person and put him in the heart of our home and raise our children.
They did everything, didn't they?
Yeah, and
they raised the children. They.
Well, I don't think they had him do the accounting.
No.
Okay, but look, there's a hierarchy to it, right? There's definitely a higher lower position, but that in and of itself is not racist, like.
Yeah, and there's a kind of stereotype that,
and I'm sure there was racist versions of that and non-racist versions of that as well. People forget, like for every good mammy, there was probably a few who weren't very happy and were there against their will, right? So
they people at the end of it, it's good people and bad people, innit? It doesn't matter what race you are.
The people in power have done fucked up shit throughout all of history because they could get away with it. It's elitism. It's not the people on the ground level doing the shit. Hardly ever. Like it's
and you had things emerge from that, like Aunt Jemima, the idea of a black woman that you trust to make you good pancakes and delicious, breakfast.
Okay, not to be silly, but they should never have taken her off the pancake syrup stuff. It's not racial, like ban that. Like, and there's a lot of people who, black and white, who have, including non-Americans, who have fond memories of that. That's also in our cultural heritage because we grew up watching your television and movies.
Do you guys remember the dolls called Gollywogs? That's what they were called.
Yeah, so Enid Blyton, famous English writer, she wrote these stories about Gollywogs. They're little black,
little black
boys. But they're the stereotypical.
You can still buy
racial
them,
thing
but you've got to call them Golly Dollies now.
We had Sambo. Sambo was.
It's very similar to that.
Similar to that, Ben. Yeah.
There's big lips, big round faces, curly hair.
It's
kind of.
They were they were exaggerated, but they were not put downs. It wasn't like you took out Sambo and you beat him and called him the N-word. It was like,
well, again, you can find examples of both is the problem, and you can find far less examples of the bad stuff.
But you can
find examples of both. Like Enid Blyton was in an era where things were pretty racist, but she's not sitting there going, "Oh, fuck these people." That's not what it was at all. They were kids' stories, and they're presented as such, and they're all friendly and harmless. But yes, it comes from a stereotype. It comes from a.
So they came from Enid Blyton, the Golly Dollies.
She originally wrote the stories.
I think people are always fascinated with something that's exotic. Like Europeans used to be fascinated with Native Americans, right? And a lot of that stereotypes, but a lot of it was like kind of.
My grandma didn't see any other person than her nationality until she was 30. Everyone else she'd ever seen up until that point was the same cultural background as her. And when the first time she came to England, she was 30, or in her late 30s, was the first time she encountered anyone of any other race, including other white people.
Yeah, and it's kind of, I think we lost the sense that it's fun to encounter people who do things differently, and we can make fun of some of the things they do or not understand some of the things they do, and they can feel the same way about us. But like, ultimately, we always find we have the same humanity underneath the different cultures and differences, and I like that about like multiculturalism, if you want to call it that. But
Food
then
and music are the two things that will cut through that shit the quickest. Sit down and eat with someone, sit down and listen to their music, and try and deny their humanity after that. You can't. Once you break bread with someone, once you
like
share,
South Indians and stuff like that. But I'm sure you enjoy the food, right? I mean, it's like,
you don't have to like their music. You just have to realize, oh, these are human beings too. They make art. They make. That's what I'm saying. It's just a thing that unifies us. You don't have to like the food. You don't have to like the music. It's a point of humanity that we share, right? You see them raising their young ones, whatever. You can't hate people once you've been amongst them.
Right now, the island nation of Haiti is just a total disaster, and you know that if white people are over there, they can help them out in the ways that white people can help.
See, but again, I think we had this debate before on your channel. To me, it's much more a culture thing than it is a race thing. There are white cultures that have their shit together and do well, and there are non-white cultures that have their shit together and do well. And there are
They need some help getting organized.
Yeah, but my point is not necessarily from white people, from any other organized civilization that is nearby that can help them. It could be white or otherwise, it doesn't matter. But anyone who's got their shit together.
That the Haitians were brought there as slaves. It was terrible. I understand why they revolted, but they would have been better to taper more than to say, like, let's just exterminate whites.
Yeah, people forget human beings should be failing a lot more than we are. We're meant to be eaten by animals. We're meant to be dying from cold winters. We're meant to be dying from diseases more. Like, the fact that we have such a good quality of life comes from certain developments. I will just say that.
Well, and also exploration, like a lot of things that Europeans take for granted. Like, isn't it like corn? Is it tomatoes? A lot of things that are seen as tomatoes. Like, there's no Italian cuisine is heavily based on tomatoes. There's no tomatoes before the New World.
So, do you know what the culinary equivalent of the tomato was before they were brought to Europe? Onions.
They were used
because they can be cooked down sweet. It gets like a sweet flavor when you cook it down. So well, no, things were heavily spiced, but not with the traditional spices that we use today. Things like mustard and mace and stuff like that grows natively. But yeah,
great having those things, and it was fun encountering those people. And not everything went well, but I think we should try to say, like,
look, for the most part, cultural exchange is positive, but not at the expense of like how can I put it? The mixing has to happen in a way where neither culture loses stuff, and that's rare. Like,
but everything's gonna have. You can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs. So people fight, and there are these.
Okay, but I'm talking about like historical wrongs, right? Should the Europeans have ended up in the Americas? Yeah, it was inevitable. Absolutely, yes. Again, people like to say, "Oh, the peaceful Native Americans, they were killing each other, sacrificing each other, whatever." But it's war, it's conquest, it's flags in soil, whatever. That will happen. But what they definitely shouldn't have done: erase the history, burn the books, tear down the temples.
I agree.
That's the shit that we do that then we fall foul of later on. Yeah, you can absorb a culture without suppressing it, and you can also absorb a culture without it then taking over your culture and eating the terms.
Palestine, I think, of course, the Arabs would have benefited greatly if they had come in peace and had said, like, we want to settle here and we got all these connections to Europe and we can contribute to your culture and we'll be respectful, instead of just.
Well, that's what happened at first. And those are the first people to arrive. It's who comes after that. That's the problem.
Yeah, and right.
Yeah, that is usually how it starts. It's usually well-intentioned and good, because to be able to make your way to another country, you have to already have some connection and some contact before there's established roots, right?
But I think they took the British, which I do think the British Empire was the greatest empire of all time, but it did have this idea of like brutalize the natives to get them to submit to you, and then you can.
Yeah, no. See, it was more arrogant than that. Expect them to submit automatically just because you are who you are.
Right.
Then when they don't, brutally crush any.
Right.
It was much more arrogant than that.
And yeah, right. Because there was Anglo-Saxonism, which I do think is.
I consider myself at least partially English. I grew up here. I was born here. And culturally, I'm English, even if genetically I'm not. This country has done amazing things and has done shitty things. And the people who hoorah and wave the flags and pretend they've done nothing wrong are liars. And the people who are like, boo, fuck England, are also wrong. The truth is always somewhere in the fucking middle. It's always somewhere in the middle. There's good stuff, there's bad stuff. You don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Again, the colonial evil empire. Yeah, but increased human lifespan across the entire fucking planet. Thank you. You're welcome.
Right.
Increased quality of life for everyone globally. You can't.
Even Nikki's a subject of.
We all are,
isn't she? In a way,
we all are.
Well, no, I mean she's literally like a different people than the English, but she's.
If you're not the ruling class,
I'm unique, Ben.
But the Welsh, I'm sure there have been people who want Welsh independence.
Sure, there's parts of England that want independence from the rest of England. This country was all small little kingdoms back in the day. You think people from Liverpool think that they're anything like the rest of England?
We're known as the Celts, and we the English, not the English, the Welsh, Irish, and Scottish Celts.
Oh, you're Celtic people, yeah. Hey, Lay, by the way, I wanted to invite you. Grace and I are planning to purchase a hotel and make it a streamer hotel, and we want you
the hotel.
Over for
That'd
that.
be cool.
Sure. I'm actually okay. My plan wasn't to go to America per se. I was going to Canada, but I'm going to be a short plane hop away soon-ish. Yeah, so, where I'm going to be, it's only a short plane ride away. I can always jump south of the border for a weekend or extended weekend.
That would be so cool.
Wouldn't it be fun? I think people would. It's like a rundown hotel, so it's
streamer, Sandra, not streaker. Streaker hotel.
Well, we'd have all the staff be streamers, and of course it'd be crazy. But I actually think people would love to watch it because I think the tradition of British filmmaking that like has this kind of it's like the servants' quarters. You know what I mean? That kind of thing where you show like
an underused GoPro that I've never really put to good use.
There are different streaming rooms.
Yeah, but also you have like the scullery maid and the kitchen staff and their drama going on, and then
you're trying to get me to be an underling.
You could have your wayward whore part of it as well, Ben.
No, but I want Jay to be at the front desk because he's got that.
He's got the voice and the look.
Signals kind of. This is a classy place, and then
I'll be the old granny with a maid.
I do like. Desk bells
costume.
That
bing. With my feather duster. Grease.
Oh, there you go. Nikki Noo's volunteering herself as the housekeeping stuff.
I want my one wayward hoe Ava to be a scullery maid who is constantly getting in trouble.
Just scrub the floors like the old days. Proper scrubbing the floors.
Right, and get down on her knees and have to scrub
on her knees. Yep.
All the rest. It'll be fun.
Now, this term is probably laden with racial tension, but may I be an overseer to some certain underlings?
Yeah, that would
I feel like I need some power I can abuse. Otherwise, what's the point?
Yeah, I mean, I think your point would be to both like charm the guests and then abuse them at times as you get like moody or whatever. It's
you
not
could be all pleasant to
mild
and then you be nasty to all the staff and like Get up off the fucking floor.
As a former butler, I can only bring myself to the level of mild sarcasm towards the guests, but my fellow employees, I can be pretty brutal to them.
Your thing, Lay, that I've seen is like, you know how to cook someone on like very low simmer, and they have no idea what's going
I don't
on.
have the patience for that anyway. I mean, you're right, and I will indulge if the role and the occasion rises. But I'm either no contact at all guns blazing these days. I have no patience for protracted.
Oh yeah, but I think if you have the opportunity to cook someone over the course of like several days,
sure, with a
master at sort of slowly getting them to like,
what's the word? With the right story arc, I could work with that.
I'll see you guys.
Are you off?
Bye.
That
Yeah,
was weird.
I'll be coming off in a minute.
I think he sensed my next question.
What?
My next question was going to be, what's been going on with Ava? What's been going on with Ruby and
all that? Yeah.
What have I missed since I've been away?
He's probably sick of talking about it all.
Well, I think he knew that's where we were going next. So
yeah. Spunk me, man.
I don't know. Okay. I will say this, and I like Ben, but I'm the kind of person I will wait to see that there is actually something happening before I actually jump on board and join in. Because, Ben has said he's going to do a lot of things that ended up not happening.
Yeah. I don't know if I just say there is fantasy stories.
I'm actually going to be in that neck of the woods pretty soon.
If you're in close by, you should definitely meet up with them.
Well, it'll just be a short trip across the border. It'll be easy to do.
Maybe I will one day. Maybe I could. I'll get rich. Never know. Never know, Joe.
Oh, I'm sorry if I overtalked a lot again today. I know that's becoming a habit.
Don't apologize. I can't believe Melanie ran away when Ben came on.
No, let's be real here. Ran away when I asked them to give me an example of what they were saying, and they couldn't.
Yeah, she started. Yeah. She started acting weird, didn't she?
Now, if the picture of the world you're painting is true and accurate, you should be able to find lots of examples of the things you claim. That's how science works.
I don't know whether to private this stream or just risk it.
I'd probably delete it if I were you. I'm just saying, I mean, it's a shame to have a good one go down, but just for the safety of the channel, it's probably best just delete it. I'm sure everyone's clipped it anyway.
Of course they have. They've made loads of fucking clips by now.
So it'll live in history that way.
Yeah, I suppose.
I'm also sick of people taking what I say out of context.
Yeah.
Like, never once have I sat up here on a panel and been transphobic. I have had arguments
I would never say that
with
about
people
you.
I don't like.
No.
Now, I will respect someone who I respect, and I will disrespect someone who is being disrespectful.
Why can't we understand that people like you and me are just normal people? We haven't got these, these stupid thoughts in our heads. We're transphobic, we're homophobic, we're this, we're that. It's just ridiculous. She came on, yeah.
I don't like or hate anyone I don't know. Once I get to know you a little bit and I see you're all right, I like you. Once I get to know you a bit and I see that you're a dickhead, I don't like you.
Exactly.
It's nothing to do. I don't judge people on their race, their religion, their gender, their sexual persuasion, none of that. But if you're a dick and you're going to come up here and be a dick and expect that no one's going to call you out on being a dick, that's where you've got me wrong.
Yeah, she definitely couldn't handle you. Definitely, could tell.
And every time, because I will admit, I was talking over them and I was being condescending. And like I said, I was mirroring.
That's what I do, though. That's what I do. I do that.
When they actually tried to answer a question, and were answering and not just giving more bullshit.
Yeah.
I shut the fuck up and let them listen because I want these people to speak so that they can say more stupid things so I can point out the stupid things they said.
Yeah, well,
but as soon as I ask for an actual answer and you go off on a tangent that is nothing to do with that, I ask you a yes or no question and you give me 50 other maybes that are nothing to do with what I just asked, yeah, I'm going to talk over you.
Yeah. Well, I've told Grace that she struck me, so
Again, these
and
people.
I'll tell Ruby as well, and Eva, just because you can't trust people like this. Just a snake.
I don't like the word clout chasing because unless you've got
Oh,
thousands
she's
and
been
thousands
doing
and
a
thousands
lot of
of fans,
that.
but
Yeah,
this is clout building.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
someone trying to establish a name for
Yeah, no,
themselves.
you haven't been watching, have you? But I'm talking about for hours, every day, she's on either Ruby's or Ava's or the Thorpes. And she is so fucking, like you said, condescending. People just don't like her. And she's only
So
been around for like 2 weeks.
the
Nobody
way
knew her
I
before.
see this is if that's how your interactions are with everyone. Now I'll admit that's how my interactions are with some people.
No,
But you
this is
see,
what she's like. She's
no,
condescending
I
and a
know,
know-it-all.
but sorry, like the point I was trying to make was there's some people I get along with, right? And there's
Yeah,
some people I don't get along with. But if everyone you're talking to gives you the same shitty reaction, it's a you problem. If everyone
exactly.
reports back the same thing about you. Now, at least with a normal person, or even not a normal person, I'll even go so far as to say openly, I'm a dick. I am a dick. When I don't like someone, I'm a dick.
So am
But
I.
but at least half the people I encounter get along with me. At least half the people I encounter go, yeah, he's all right, or laugh at the dick things that I'm saying. Or so I'm not here with a 100% track record of just being a cunt.
Yeah,
Everyone's reporting the same thing back to you. Before I'd even met this person, I didn't know who they were, but like you're just chit chatting with certain people about, oh, what's going on. And
yeah,
at least 5 or 6 different people have told me, oh, there's this really objectionable person. I didn't know who they were. I didn't know their name. I didn't put 2
yeah,
and 2 together until I realized, oh, that's them.
yeah.
But yeah, that's the
She just
reputation you have already in such a short space of
I
time. Good
said to
luck.
her, "Are you tired? You must be so tired from all talking, always talking for hours and hours and hours." But they'll get sick of her. They'll probably get sick of her.
At my worst, when I've had armies and armies and armies of haters trying to get a reaction out of me, I still had at least 50% of the audience on my side, cheering me on, laughing. Like,
Yeah, yeah. I used to question myself though, Jen. I used to think, well, there's only like a handful of them, right? But I used to think it's me. It's got to be something wrong with me.
well, yeah, the thing that we do is we give them the fucking reaction they want. And that's exactly
Yeah,
that's what I said to her several times. You got
yeah.
what you wanted. Came up here trying to get a reaction because you got nothing going on in your life.
You
You
know,
want to
I'm not.
start controversy,
I'm not
you got it. You
innocent.
want to
I've
shut
done
down.
things. Yeah, I've been wrong, Jen. I've done things that are not good. But I've owned
See?
it and I've apologized to
And
people and I've
same.
tried to get them to move on. But there's certain
Anyone
people that just won't stop.
anyone I've actually done wrong by has already had my apologies and we've already made peace. Anyone who hasn't had an apology from me doesn't deserve one.
Doesn't deserve it. Exactly. Yeah. I was at war with this one girl for nearly, well, over 4 years, and I done some shitty stuff about to her, but I reached out to her and I apologized for every single thing, and I thought finally we were at peace with each other. And for a while, brilliant, nothing, we were chatting, getting to know each other again, because these people that are attacking me and stalking me used to be friends of mine. They were all friendly with me at the start. So anyway, I started noticing that she was jumping on the bandwagon then with them lot and leaving comments about me. And I thought to myself, I felt sad because I thought we'd worked things out, like, so I felt really sad about it. And I said to her, "You can continue doing what you're doing, but I'm not going to. I'm moving on. If you can't, carry on, but you won't get a reaction out of me anymore, and I won't be bringing you up." Like I'm talking about it now, but I'm not mentioning names.
Yeah.
I just wanted peace. I just wanted peace.
See, and I get that, and I'm, believe it or not, very much the same. But the problem is, once they know you're the kind of person that will eventually speak your mind and will eventually give them a reaction, they're gonna keep pushing for one.
Yeah, and they hit you with the worst things possible. Do you know what I mean? Like family.
Well, yeah. The more I go away from the internet, the more nasty and desperate these people get to try and get me to come back.
They go crazy when you completely starve them. They go crazy.
Yeah. That's
So
when
that's
they
what
start.
I'm gonna do. I'm
That's
starving
when they
them
start.
now.
Yeah, but that's when they start doing stuff offline to try and get your attention.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But there are people that are walking away and they've had the guts where they can see that I'm trying to change things, and they, you know, they never stop, and they're saying to me, you know, what's wrong with what things that they're saying about you is exactly what they're doing right now.
Yeah.
To you, like, you know.
It's funny how all the things I've been accused of, the people accusing me have then gone on to do the same and much worse. Meanwhile, they've never been able to prove that I've done a single thing ever.
Well, you were ex on that video that you showed last
it gets
week.
crazy.
Oh
Like,
my god, she's fucking, the way she went after that woman, and right, it was awful.
do you understand what I actually allow myself to talk about is less than 1% of what actually happened?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I could sit here for the next week and just reel off in chronological order. It's pointless. It doesn't achieve anything. It only pisses me off. Like, yeah, these people are demented. They will run for 5 years plus just on hurt feelings.
Like-minded people always find like-minded people. And I'm very like-minded with you. All I say, if you've got me as a friend, just be honest with me all the time. Even if you've got to be brutally honest and tell me to fucking stop my shit and fucking, you know, give me a good shake sometimes. Because that is what I'm like sometimes. I
I've
don't
not
listen.
needed to do that with you, but I promise you, if it ever comes up, I'll tell you the truth and say, hey,
that's all I want.
This is where you're fucking up.
Yeah. That's all I want.
But to answer your question before, what am I doing? That is it. We respond. We're here. We're on a live panel. There's a link in the chat, and we're talking. So that's the only excuse they need. That's the fact they know that they can come up and be a dick and get a reaction. That's it. It's like a vampire to them. That's their invitation to cross the threshold.
Yeah.
So your alternative is to not stream, but then they win again. So I say, fuck them. Do your own thing. Don't indulge it.
They wouldn't. I lost my channel. They weren't happy with that. I honestly believe they're that sick that they want me to end my life. That's the way they got me thinking.
Well, I'm never going to end my own life, and people know that. But
I won't, because I'm stronger now. I'm stronger now.
But they've done things that they thought would have that effect, for sure. And they've done other things to try and get me in trouble or end my life. And
well, yeah, like they go into the police and shit like that about you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same as happened to my friend Mark. Same shit that happened to him.
And then you'll understand there's certain things that you can and can't talk about.
Exactly.
Things that are being handled and different whatever. But needless to say, like, if you've been accused for 5 years straight of this, that, and the other, and never once has a stitch of evidence been found, never once have you faced a single charge of anything, police prosecute if they think they've got a case. They'll always, even if they think they can get you.
Yeah. You got a fan in chat? Noo is taking life lessons from the notorious, angry, homophobic, and racist peen bomber. Can you spell? Lay Jeno, this is all the laughs I need this year. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, you do need a laugh, Winkler. Your life has been pretty miserable, but the fact you're even over here.
I'd rather listen to him than a fucking nasty little troll.
No. But even if that's not the real Winkler, or it is the real Winkler, the fact that you're even over here,
You
so
know where they are.
you come and seek me out to be
Exactly.
disappointed by me. That makes
Exactly.
your life pathetic. You needed a good laugh. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you got dumped. I'm sorry your ex-girlfriend publicly humiliated you on the internet. I'm sorry she talked
I
about
know.
the time you shat the bed. I'm sorry she talked about the time she pissed on you in the bathtub because you begged her to.
Oh
I'm
my
sorry.
god.
That wasn't me though, Winkler. That was her doing that. That was nothing to do with
He's
me.
got the right name, Winkler.
I don't even talk to her, Winkler.
Sad, pathetic fucking loser.
It's funny that how the people who publicly humiliate themselves want to come and be judgmental.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. You've literally been in a
Come
screaming war with your ex for the last 2 years, on again, off again, on again, off again.
You're a very angry person. You're saying Jeno's angry. Fucking hell. The way you went after that woman was disgusting.
I have moments of anger.
Did you know that he was caught looking at femboys?
Oh, you did mention that briefly. That's hilarious. Righty, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was his excuse? How did he try to?
He liked the way that they made the video or something like that. But
he liked the editing.
he got caught. He got caught. He denied it, and he put a screenshot up or something, and you could see it. No, your watch history on YouTube.
Yeah,
The
you
chat,
could see.
the fucking channel was there.
Oh,
So you
jeez.
couldn't lie then. You couldn't lie about it. But he reckons, the person's artistic, and I liked the way they were doing the video, blah blah blah. But the femboy was a young kid,
Oh,
only about
jeez.
16 or 17.
Oh, geez. See, it's funny how all the people who run around the internet screaming everyone's a pedo, and then they end up finding out
He's the
about that.
biggest one. He's called so many. He's calling me a paedophile all the time now. You don't call me by my name.
Again, I'm probably repeating myself. I think I told this before, but they tried to get every predator hunter on YouTube to investigate me, and not one of them came back with anything. And in a way, I was glad because it cleared my name. Because there's a lot of people obviously making nasty
you had
accusations.
people like that looking into you and stuff.
More than one. They decided it would be a funny troll to get the predator hunter community out to get me, and one of them took the bait until he realized there was no evidence, and the rest of them were like, "No, we looked into it. There's nothing. Like, what are you talking about?"
Yeah. Fucking hell.
And the one who took the bait ended up having to make a retraction video, and so yeah.
Yeah, I remember, right, he was calling you a nonce, and because I recognised your name because I remember you from the Thorpe, so I just
On
had
and
a
off
little look.
for like 3 years now.
Yeah, and then the next thing, you were like on good terms with each other then, and he took back.
Yeah, because he
what
admitted he was full of shit, and he admitted why he was doing it.
Yeah.
And then he went straight back to doing it after, again, obviously, we told that story.
He
His
makes
ex
himself.
dumped him because of me.
Yeah.
So he's mad at me again. So he's right back
When
to
he
talking
came
shit
into
again.
our community, he's got his own businesses. I believed him. He's in an open relationship because he's always hanging around women. Always hanging around women. He was in an open relationship. He made fun of the fact that I may become homeless because he's owned his. At least I've always paid my rent and I've
Well,
owned my own properties.
Jokes on him. He is actually, sleeping on someone's couch or whatever in someone's spare
He
room.
is
But he
actually
is actually
homeless.
homeless. So
Yeah. Because she said that he's been he's still staying in her house
he's
because he
on mental
can't afford to
disability
move
anyway.
out.
So they'll house him
I
eventually.
would have fucking booted him right fucking out.
They will eventually house him because he's on mental disability. So he'll have to go through the.
Oh yeah, he did admit that he's schizophrenic. Is that why you make everybody out to be paedophiles, right, dear? Because you're all right in the fucking head, you know? so many people can't be fucking wrong about you.
And yet he's been wrong every single fucking time. I've never come across a
Yeah.
story he's been telling me that turned out to be true. So
Yeah. He makes himself out that he's like on the moral high ground with everything. He's a moral person. Everything he shows has got evidence, and he, you know, Mark haven't been around since last November,
yeah.
but he still posts about him and obsesses about him every fucking day. Yeah, he's a crackhead, Sandra. Yeah.
You can't sniff coke for 10 years and not have it affect your personality.
Well, exactly. He doesn't watch. That's his thing. He doesn't watch. But we found out he does because she came out and said
Because he's
he's
screaming at
online
Mojo.
all day, every day, on coke every night, up through the night.
Oh yeah, that too. Sorry, I thought you meant when he started screaming at Mojo for being in chat over here.
Yeah.
He doesn't watch, but he's angry at
But
people
he
for
knew
being
she
here.
was there. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You're
It's
watching,
all silly.
Lucky. You're always
And Sandra
watching.
says it causes brain damage. Fact. Yeah. So does YouTube, I think. I'm starting to think YouTube causes brain damage.
It does.
I feel a lot more R-worded
Oh, I
after
still
being
want
here.
you to enjoy being on. Yeah, you're gonna go away feeling all drained and all.
No, listen, I enjoy you guys. I enjoy the nice people here. Don't get me wrong. Just because I had an argument with someone, but
Yeah.
I'm genuinely drained of YouTube in general. I like popping up here from time to time.
Yeah,
I know eventually your main co-host is going to be back, and I'll still pop up, even regardless. But I'm the way I see it is I'm filling a gap for a short while, and I like it over here. You guys are fun.
Yeah, we're a good bunch. We are.
I might not be able to make it every week, but I'll try and be here as much as I can.
Yeah. You're a good one, Jeno. You're a good guy.
Also, apart from chit chatting here and there a little bit with friends, all I've been working on lately is music, and it's nice to not do that for a bit.
I've got a song to send you.
Nice.
Of Mark and his band. He's amazing, Jeno. He's fucking. You wouldn't believe his voice. He's amazing. How he never went professional, I don't know.
Maybe we could do some collaborations.
Yeah.
Mark, if you're listening and you need any stuff edited, any mastering or sound engineering, I can clean up your recordings for you. Yeah.
When I get off now, I'll send you. I think it was 2 songs he sent me.
I like listening to people's music anyway, even if it's not always my style. I still like to see what people have made. I like to, I like most types of music. I'm guessing it's probably going to be good the way you're talking about it, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Like Sandra saying, his voice is really good.
It is.
I like
I
music,
didn't believe
so
it was him to start with. I used to say, "That's not fucking you. No way is that you." But when you listen to someone singing after a while, you can hear
you start
their
to
voice,
hear
can't you?
the them in the singing voice.
Yeah. Oh, I love music. I love dancing. I live on my own, and I'm always singing and dancing like a fucking idiot.
I'm not a great singer. I can hold the tune a little bit in certain keys. I've got a bassy voice, so if it's a bassy song, I can sing along. But I'm actually a really good vocal coach. I ran a recording studio for years. I owned and ran my own business. And I worked with a lot of talented and not so talented singers over the years. But I got really good at getting people to sing better.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, just again, a little bit of patience, knowing how to talk to them. A few little tricks as well, like sometimes you hit record when they don't know that you're recording, because some people just, even professional singers, they get very nervous as soon as they know it's being recorded, and they clam up, or they start to sing differently, or they breathe differently, or
I've never learned to do that. I've never learned how to. They say to sing, get it from your stomach
from your diaphragm.
I can't. I've never been taught to do that.
Again, there's different styles of singing, right? There's a technically correct way to sing, But many people who sing wrongly actually sound great because they're singing wrong. One of my favorite female singers breaks all the rules of singing and sounds great. So, yeah, it's weird. Like, some rules are meant to be broken, but you need to know what you're doing. I think you need to know the rules if you're going to break them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say I'm a mid tone. I can go quite low and I can go
Well, the truth
quite
is,
high.
okay, let's say, for example, we had a month to work on a track. Yeah.
Yeah.
At the start of that month, even a professional singer is going to be pretty shitty at singing that song.
Yeah.
By the end of the month, they're going to be pretty fucking awesome at singing it.
Like,
but so would
top
most
professional.
people. Yeah, but even a non-professional could, in a
Really?
month of singing the same song over and over and over again, is going to get pretty good. Like,
I'll have to send you one of my songs.
it's like anything. The more you practice it, the more you get,
Yeah.
the more you hear yourself
I
back,
just love
right?
it. I just love it.
So if you can record yourself and then hear your singing and then go, oh, I fucked that bit up, or I fucked that, or I want to sing that bit differently, or you play it back and you learn to sing along to yourself. So you learn to sing, like, harmonize with yourself and stuff. You'd be surprised. I've seen non-professional singers get very good results in a short space of time.
Yeah. Wow.
And the magic of editing. Yay.
Yeah. Exactly.
If you fuck it up, just cheat. Yay.
They on that app I'm on, they grade you. Like,
Okay. How
I've
pitch
been
perfect you are, yeah?
yeah, I've always had good grades, like, and there's a couple of songs that I was first in. I came top.
Soon as I go to anything close to a high note, I go off, and I can hear it because I am a sound engineer, so I can actually hear how bad it is, and I can sing in low notes, okay, but anything above
I used to
my
sing
natural
in
speaking
it's called alto in there.
alto,
When I was in
yeah.
the choir, I was alto, yeah.
And then you have ones higher than that. I think falsetto is the
Yeah,
highest one.
sopranos.
Soprano.
I loved singing in alto because of the harmonizing. Oh,
Yeah.
I loved it.
See, that's about my level, slightly lower than an alto, but that level of just harmonizing and just matching what the main singer is doing, I can do that.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Oh,
I
cool.
don't sing a lot. I sing to myself when I'm listening to my music here and at home, I guess, but I don't really sing a lot.
You should. Makes you happy, Jeno.
Yeah. I'm not very good at remembering lyrics. Even when I've written the lyrics myself, I still forget them.
You forget what you've written.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Right, I'm going to get off now anyway.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel the energy fade too. I want to thank you for having me up there, Nikki. It's always a pleasure. Sorry
You're
if
welcome.
the show got derailed a little bit.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Before we do go, is this staying up? Are you going to delete it? Are you...
I'll leave it up, I think.
Yeah. See what happens. If you get a strike, let me know and I'll help you write the appeal, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okey-doke.
All right. Good night, everybody. Bye for now.
General. Thank you for joining me. Right, guys. Well, there's only Sandra left. That's 38 people. I'm going to get off. Have a